Uh,
I'm just fucking stuck with
oof. I mean, you kind of have been directly captured. Um,
Yeah,
Well, I try not to be.
for the past like 2 hours of gameplay.
uh,
I tried. Okay.
I mean, I had my like goon squad like capture you in my office,
that's
and
true.
then I like held you out over a balcony, and then I stuck my fingers into your flesh and like carried you around the city streets.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's right.
So, you guys have been just brought on board, told to go up aboard ship, and Solon has been sitting there for you. See him in the shadows, and he goes, "Welcome, Bruce. Welcome, Castellac." He looks at Brusque and says, "Sadly, you made me start this before I was fully ready. But I
I'm gonna
do,
remain silent.
but I do believe that you will understand the greatness and the importance of what is to come. Uh, he looks at Castellac and says, hopefully, with your intelligence, you will truly be able to understand that what I am doing is for the good of all things and all living beings on this planet." And he says planet extremely sarcastically. I think I mean way
Right.
more sarcastic
Right.
the than a than my human voice can even actually do. Uh,
All right. All right.
he goes, so
What now?
about 40 million years ago, the Sphinx lived alone on our planet. Our planet was relatively large. We we had about 10 continents on our planet. Our population was rising to the excess of around 100 billion. We were thriving. Everything was going well. And then technology became our downfall. We built things so smart, so strong in the plans of defending us from any attack. Attack from beings of warring races, such as the orcs we've faced, or the giants that we've seen before. We built them, and they fought back. They defeated the giants. They defeated the orcs. They even defeated titans. But then they came back to attack us. We had to run. All Finks spread quickly among the galaxy. They spread throughout the entire universe, hiding. Some decided to build this planets like this one, would fly around, constantly moving so as not to be found by their own technology. But here, it has been time enough that the technology we have created should have died. It is time for the Finks to return to their planet. He looks at Bruce and goes, I know you wish for this planet to be free of the Finks. You wish for this planet to be controlled by the Clovers in truth, unlike they are now. Oh,
A planet made by your kind will never be home to my people.
yes, I understand that you may feel that way, but if you gain control and the Finks leave, then you have all the freedom to do as you please, wherever else you please. After this. But first, we need to get the Finks back to their planet of origin. Looks at you, Castellac, and goes, I understand that you might feel defeated. You've been working on building things powerful, helping organic life to be stronger. Just to see
Yes.
the creations I have out there that are.
Well, definitely superior to my own work. On top of that, I realize if our previous technology were to our downfall due to its outpacing us, the current path I'm on could be dangerous.
Yes, it is for sure dangerous. But you are millennia away from getting even relatively close to what we used to be. Uh, and
All right.
uh,
Yeah.
at this time, he leads you towards the bridge of the ship. But as you guys get towards the bridge of the ship, uh, like the the floor of the bridge starts lowering as if it's an elevator, and you guys go deep into the ground, like crazy deep. And he starts, and then it opens in front, just exactly like a elevator. You got a big blast doors that open, sliding, and he walks in front and he says, "Follow me." And he's walking through. You guys are walking through these tunnels. Well, currently one tunnel, and around you, it's lit up with like blue green, uh, seeming to be bioluminescent lights around, and but like what you're walking on is definitely metal and man-made, or like definitely probably made by the things. Uh, we are currently in the basic hallways of the ship. This planet, this Brusque is what what I plan to give you control of. You can control this ship, find your place to live, and find more battles to fight. But there is one being that tries to stop us directly. The director. He stands strong, intelligent and old, knowledgeable about more things than we can even possibly fathom.
Do you have any clue as to why you'd be against this plan?
Oh, he does not agree that our technology would ever have such a thing as a lifespan on it, even though it has been more than 40 million years.
Well, if it's self-maintaining, I don't see how it would have any more of a lifespan than a species.
And he looks at you and he says, yes, their lifespan was supposed to only be about 20 million years. And now we have easily exceeded double that. And I decided to, and I believe, after I have studied long hours, that it is easily time for us to go. Even if one of them had one of the technologies that we have created, a living technology, had extended its own life, much like the director, it would not still be alive, or at least not in any shape that can fight back.
So
All
what do
right,
you want
then.
from me?
You, Rusk, I know that there are still soldiers that are loyal to you, even with the king. It is your time to go gather up those soldiers. We must create a proper army to fight back and make the Finks scared of this planet.
one thing, sir. Uh, what's so special about our planets of origin? Why don't we go out and pick different ones that are less likely to be occupied by these old war machines?
The planet of origin stands made of materials that have never been seen before in this universe. Our planet of origin is in this universe, but we are not from it. We have moved our planet to this universe. It is the only one where we could possibly get back to our own original universe. This is just one among many.
How am I to defeat an army that I don't know the capabilities of and cannot match technologically?
You need not defeat them. You need only to scare them. Give them enough fight back that they believe it will be the destruction of this planet itself if they continue the war.
What makes you believe you can contest with the director?
Even if I directly cannot contest with him, I have already set the course of this planet to fly towards the location that the large rift that we had seen before was at. That they had a fleet easily capable of destroying this planet. That is all we need, is to bring fear. Fear can control anyone and everyone. I know, Bruce, you use it to control your soldiers. The fear of your strength, of your wrath, is how you control them.
Why not give me your tools? Why not give me your technologies? The only thing stopping me from killing all of you, from being able to kill all of you, is your advancement in that regard.
I know that you would wish to kill all of things here. You would not let us leave this planet if I give
I
you
would not
this
kill all
technology.
Finks.
And how can you prove that loyalty to me before I give you the ability to kill me outright as I stand here?
It's not loyalty.
Then what name would you use for this?
Morality, code, honor, things you clearly don't understand.
I see you are one who thinks themselves great, better than the rest. You were the correct choice for this. If I did give you some technology that could help you in your war efforts, what do you believe would be your first step?
Tell me about... Wait, hang on. Out of character. Do I know anything about the, I guess, scouting party that's arrived? Do I know that's a thing?
You knew that there was a ship that came through that rift. Yeah, you were given that information from your army
Cool.
while you were running away.
Tell
We
me...
learned that there's two androids on it, right? With destroy all life forms protocols, right?
You did, Castellac. That was a message in your eye. Bruce doesn't know anything
Ah.
about that.
Tell me about this ship that arrived recently.
Ah, yes, that ship. I believe it to be a ship sent from the other nation that was creating the large rift. After we had shut down their other rift, they believed their technology to fail. So they must have created a smaller, more precise rift that they could send in a ship to make sure their technology still works. Otherwise,
Tell me about their motivations, if you know them. What did they come here for?
my assumption, because I have not been able to get any reports back from anyone there, was that they would be coming here to test their own technology to make sure they can do what they need to do and move faster than light. They do not seem to hold any direct harm towards this planet or towards anyone here. They don't even know that this planet is currently occupied.
You say that there are powerful androids aboard the ship. Perhaps
Yes.
perhaps the crew
there
does
were.
not intend harm immediately, but if the planet were to intend harm toward them, they may strike back.
That is true. And that is why if we are able to make it so that that this war does not exceed past the capital, but a quick strike where we can properly
How am I
fight
to
and create
counter
fear.
how am I to counter the director when the ground can fall out beneath me?
He is using Sphinx deep in these tunnels that we are currently walking through, in some of these central controlling compartments that were able to do such things. But don't worry, I have been sending my own loyal things to get into those positions of power. But they had to follow the director's orders as you were chasing Paul Castellac over here. They had to follow his orders so as not to be caught. But don't worry, when it is the official time to strike, what he thinks of that he has as an advantage will be but his liability.
I'm sorry to ask a question that will keep on asking questions as a child would, but why exactly would we want to return to our universe of origin then?
The average lifespan of a Sphinx in our universe is 10 million years. I don't know about you, but I near my death. I know many of the Sphinx here would much prefer to continue their own search and passions of science in their elongated life than one here on this universe where time cripples us, weakens us, and makes us mortal.
If you have the capabilities to override the director's use of your planet shaping abilities, why not kill him yourself? Why not make the earth swallow him up?
Because the location where he hides appears to be built with its own technology, as if something was added onto the planet instead of originally being a part of the planet. Like
Can we
everything
eject
else
it from the planet?
The thought would be that it should work, but we have attempted this about 400 years ago. It had only caused a slight earthquake across the planet and extreme heat issues, as a global warming was starting to go in effect, and we had to then go and use our planetary controls to modify the weather and get us back onto a proper course.
Have you considered evacuating the planet and destroying it?
Of course, but he still controls some. How would we get everyone to evacuate the planet right now? That is why I say if we bring fear, then the Sphinx will be able to evacuate the planet. They will be willing to. And at that point, either the director must leave and follow the rest of the Sphinx towards their home planet, or he will die.
The director. The director is in charge and controls the academy officially. Does that not mean he has a hand in the learnings of every living Sphinx today?
Oh, for
It
sure.
seems that he'd be able to predict our thought patterns based off of that deep set influence. It seems if you're gonna make any plan to defy him, you need to do some unlearning.
Why do you think I brought Brusque here and I am working with the lesser species? I am having them successfully plan and create the attacks that are about to happen. Not I. If I were to do them myself, then of course they would just follow the most logical thoughts, and most likely he would have built defenses against them. This is why I have brought those with lesser intelligence here, to come up with dumb ideas that might work.
From what I'm hearing
So,
about your technology, you seem to have consistently underestimated me or overestimated yourself. It seems that as something you have created, we Clovert share a part of your mind, at least.
Of course, all living species will think with some logic, and the higher up you get in a position of power as we allow them to get, of course you will think more and more logically. You will be able to fight back, I will say. But that's also what makes you the perfect candidate to fight back against the Finks now. A true revolution. One that will actually bring freedom. Not just one where you take over to then be controlled again by another Finks.
If I'm to do this, I will need full reports, full breakdowns on all technology the director could potentially use against me.
I cannot give you everything, for we must have at least one thing to protect us in case you do decide to kill us all. I understand you believe yourself to be honorable, but power corrupts everyone. But
I can't fight an enemy I don't understand.
But I can give you lots of information, and even maybe their thought process. If you infer and create and are able to find out the rest of the information yourself without me directly saying it, then I will not be breaking any codes that we have learned. Also, there is a limit to the things I can directly tell you, because as Kalasak here knows, all of us Sphinx that have gone through the academy have chips placed in us. They are direct and biological chips, though. If we speak of certain things, it will end our death.
Who escaped your academy?
Ah, the one that ran away. Yes, he should be somewhere in the south. I do not know his name. He escaped when he was there for no more than 30 years. He had always spoke of how being an advisor was a foolish thing, and how he wished to do something better with his life, and to be a pilot. A pilot of all things. Pfft, anyone can be a pilot, and yet he says that is better than an advisor, one controlling the planet. At this time, you guys walk into a huge library, is what it looks like. I mean, this thing stretches, the bookshelves stretch further than your eyes can physically see, both long ways and left and right. Like, this area is massive. Just letting you guys know where you're at currently as you're walking through. This area also seems to be lit up with actual mechanical white lights, lamps that are in the ceilings instead of the bioluminescent lights.
Do you have it? Okay.
Mhm.
Do you have any presumptions as to the motivations of the director in stopping the return?
He has somehow found a way to extend his own life. I do believe he wishes to gain full control of the Sphinx, and he only wishes for more power. He does not want any Sphinx to be able to outlive him. He is no longer scared of any technology. He is but scared of losing his own place of power.
When you say extend his own life, are you referring to biological immortality, or can he not be harmed?
I speak of biological immortality. He is definitely able to be damaged. I do believe he has increased his regeneration and his healing properties. But
He is hiding, is he not? Why would he hide if he wasn't afraid of something?
he is afraid. He is afraid that the cloverts that he has built, he is afraid that they might be like the technology that we had created forever ago. But I know that you have logic and emotions. I know the cloverts. You stand and are willing to be able to make deals. You will not fight us if we give you what you want. And he like looks at you like waiting for an answer, Bruce. Like, I'm right, right?
The cloverts you've dealt with in the past are not me.
And what makes you so special?
I'm better than you.
Ah, yes.
I am all your strengths with none of your flaws. I am free. Regardless of what you do to me here, I am free. And that's something you will never understand.
I understand your belief in your own freedom. Of course I do. It is a very fun and enjoyable thought process for you to have. I understand that is truly how you wish to be. You feel a bit out of control at this moment. But don't worry. You will be able to have control once again.
I am not blinded by a goal I can't attain.
Pardon. Uh, the way you've been talking to Bruce is habitual. I'm aware, but having to work in my lower position than you, talking down in such a way isn't very constructive to persuasion.
And he looks at you, Castellak, and says, "Oh, of course, the one who thinks he was able to invent things faster than me knows how to tell me how to convince people on what to do."
His
Ah,
demeanor is not my concern. He can insult my people. He knows the truth. He knows that he has created something that is beyond him.
He goes, "Ah, I did not create you. Psh. If I would not ever create such beings."
Not you. Your kind.
Ah, yes, the director was foolish when he built you. He mixed the blood of titans with the blood of the orcs. It was the worst combination to possibly create.
thrilling.
Then he looks at you, Brusque, and says, "Do you not want to defeat King Kroll? That fool was unable to see anything around him."
I could crush him without trying. He may be physically powerful, but his mind is weak. I am the dawn of a new kind of Clovert.
Dangerous, possibly. Well, I'm not sure how much choice I had in the matter to begin with, but I'm in on this whole ploy.
I get the sense Horus is not directly loyal to you. Is that accurate?
Horus is but a puppet of the director. His fanaticism has no bounds. He does not know what is good for himself.
From what you've observed, how does the lethality and capability of these otherworldly intruders stack up to your own and your people's own?
These otherworldly intruders seem weak beyond measure. The Cloverts could easily best them in a fight. Actually, most of the lesser species here could beat them in a physical duel. They seem to have a shared collective knowledge, and they teach each other much. In that case, they work well as a cohesive unit. But they are controlled by their own emotions, and I would not be surprised to see them fight against each other. They also seem to be easily swayed and controlled by information.
Do you know where they are?
I have not gotten any more reports since the last report, where there were 3 androids that had self-destructed, catching the entire southern rainforest on fire.
If I find them, I will bend them to my will and use them against the director.
I think that is a well done plan. Though, if we could help them go and back to their place of origin and bring back their army, it would speed up everything here even faster.
Could we not reopen this rift?
This rift connects to another dimension, not the one we use for our communications. No, it is a different one we are unable to properly access. Even I am unable to figure out what exactly their technology is. Now, if we are able to capture them and get that information, then yes, we might be able to accomplish this. But
If your agents were to attempt to seize control of this planet's resources, would you succeed?
if it was directly my agents against the directors, I would lose that fight. I hold but 40% of the control here, and he holds the other 60. But if your
Bolstered by my ranks.
if it is bolstered, then I believe we could easily come and take the planet's core.
Could we scour the director's location from the face of this world with a large enough energy source?
We know not if that would be possible. It would not be surprising if that is not. I have been sending my creations across this planet, and they have yet to find him.
Could he be lured out? Lured out of hiding?
I wish he could, but he has yet to come out, even knowing that I have now directly created this coup to fight back. He seems to still hide in the shadows.
It may be a long shot if he is as you describe, but if we could convince him or his agents that you have found the immortality that or the near immortality that you and your people seek, if his goal is to be the single most powerful Phanx, that could draw him out.
This is why we want them. Dumb ideas that might work. You guys have gotten to like a little bit area, this area has couches, I guess is what I'd call it. It's not like really couches, but they're the benches that have some small cushions on them. It like points for you guys to take a seat as he sits down on another one across from the ones that he pointed at. It's like 6 benches that make mostly a circle with a small entrance point from the direction that you guys were walking.
I'm gonna wait for Castellac to take a seat before I do anything.
What? Gaslight does so. What would you have me do? You could have just left me behind and took the roost on the ship. Why did you have me come along? Of everyone, of anyone.
Ah, yes, Gaslight. Your eye is currently in control of by the director.
I was planning on removing it as soon as possible.
This is not something we should do. We know that this feed is somehow getting sent back to him. We need you to be able to take time and find a way to track the feed, find where it's going.
Is the director aware of this conversation then?
He definitely should be. If not now, he will probably be watching a recording of this conversation later.
If he's so intelligent, he can try to find a way to counter you tracing its signal back. If he knows that's our course of action.
Yes, of course. He either will build up more blockades and more hops, which will just take us more time to find him, or he will have to move. If he moves from his cell, then your army and my creations, that while they are scouring the planet, will be able to find him.
Interesting theory.
This long-held enemy of yours, the thing that occupies your home planet, tell me more about them. About their capabilities.
I can see those wheels turn.
They are a xenon-based life form.
So gas.
You would think so, but they are able to solidify themselves, and they have incorporated into larger colonies that act as a single being. But to destroy them, you must evaporate all of them. They must all vaporize and change. Otherwise, they will just rebuild, much like your goal in the technology you are trying to build, Cassavac. But instead of just being mechanical that could easily be shut down with an EMP, these stand as actual, biologically self-replicating beings.
Oh, the form was both biological and technological in nature.
Oh yes, that they uh, they appear to be. They were created from our technology, and they are technological in nature in the way that they act. Their brain is but one computer. It is not a physical brain, as each individual cell is but a part of the whole thing. Each cell
Oh,
works like
A
a chip
superorganism.
to create.
yes, I was referring to my plans for the final version of my own project. Go on.
Oh, yes, you wish them to combine it. And yes, if you succeeded, as long as they were carbon based, they would be nice and easily destroyed with fire. Yours, like I said,
Yes.
were but weak versions of the same thing, for sure. You definitely had the same thoughts that we did. We were like, these are the ultimate warriors. They could fight for us, and we would not need to hide like we do now. But then, they just came back for us.
And you believe that they're gone now.
Their
Correct.
lifespan stands at only 2 million or 20 million years, and it has currently been 40 million years since we left the planet.
Why not attempt to contact the planet directly?
What beings would be on the planet now that we would be able to contact?
We can create a peephole in space and time to observe the planet.
Yes, we could create it and we would see but a small glimpse of a portion of the planet. We are unable to create the big rifts that the other race, these extraterrestrials, were able to. If we could go and capture their technology, then yes, we could create a big rift, one we could truly view the planet properly.
With your advancements in nanotechnology, could we create our normal small rifts and send parts in one by one and assemble an observer on the other side of the rift?
Who would come and build the things together? We still do not have that technology. We could easily send all the parts, but we have nothing to build it.
Is there anything else I should do besides reverse this signal? I can
I
continue working with Bruce, um, under the guise, or no secrets now, um, under the previous premises that I was working under.
Yes, you could. And that would probably greatly help Bruce in his plans.
Can you enhance me?
In what way do you want to be enhanced?
Being indestructible would be a start.
If we could make you fully indestructible, then we would not even create you guys. We would do that for ourselves. But you have the blood of the Titans. We can definitely amplify that to increase your regeneration past the nanobot healing cells that we currently use. You would be able to heal from most injuries. Of course, if your head gets cut off, then you are dead.
If you give me access to this technology, if you give me access to much of your technology, and if you give me access to my military once again, I will find you your way to your home,
If
or I will
I
allow you to unlock the path to it.
if I give you a control of a portion of my creations, would you be able to accomplish even more? Would you be faster in your reclamation of this spaceship?
In what way? What are you implying?
Do you believe that if you used my creations, the looks at Caslack, spiders, to make it easier for you to understand, um, do you believe that a frontal assault would be able to take the castle and to push King Kroll out of his seat of power?
I believe with this Blood of the Titan enhancement, I myself could kill him. And if this were to be broadcast to the rest of the world, there would be no Clover to question me.
So you do not require any of my creations. You wish to go out it alone with just the soldiers that you can access that are still loyal to you.
As you said,
Out of
you phrased it as dumb ideas.
out of game, do the Cloverts respect like challenges to duels?
Yes, yes, you can
Oh
definitely
Okay.
no.
challenge the king to a direct duel if
Yeah.
so. But at the same time, like who knows if you would be able to get directly to the because you have to make the challenge to his face. Like if you said it to
Okay.
someone else, I want to challenge the king. They still have the right to shoot you or attempt to kill
Well, I
you.
mean, I could just like contact him with communications tech, like just call him up on my cell phone or whatever.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just be like, hey, you want a duel?
But you probably don't want to do it that way because you probably want to, like you had just
Yeah,
said, you want to get to him and broadcast your challenge
Yeah.
to
Well,
the world.
I think what I would do is I would try to like just set up a system where like the entire, like an emergency override of all uh I don't know, whatever I can access any screens that anyone would have sight on the planet, like, just take over all, I don't know what
Yeah,
planet has
electronic
electronic
controls.
billboards
Yep.
and like TVs and everything, and just broadcast me saying like, I officially challenge King Groll to a duel for the right of ownership of the planet.
He looks at you and goes, I forget about your supposed honor sometimes. I do believe this is something that we could accomplish. Uh, he immediately stands up and he says, if you wish it to happen now, I can lead you there.
I wish it to happen when I am physically ready.
He says, oh, I mean, if you are ready and for the enhancement, you can follow me.
I am.
And he looks at you, Caslack, and says, either you can help Brusque, or I can give you command of my creations. It might help you with your own research.
Oh, I was going to ask for a sample anyway, so why not?
All right.
I am going to work in aid of Bruce's plan, as he is taking up the main planning role in this operation.
As you deem. I do believe this is a simple task. Caslack, he hands you a hollow pad, pretty much like a tablet but holographic. And when you, do you open it? We'll see like what's on the other
No,
stuff
I know it. I know it's controls some of the spiders, and I'll open it.
later.
An interesting game you play. Playing with your cards on the table, facing the director on the other side. Interesting.
He looks and he goes, "Of course, if the director knows my moves, we will be able to calculate what he will do."
It hammer us back and forth. They just gotta be luckier, I guess, at this point.
Oh, it is of course who can think of the looks at Brusque and goes, "dumber ideas." Oh, and then he gets up like kind of like beckons you guys to follow. Um, he goes down. He makes a right at like the second set of bookshelves. Oh, I'm assuming you guys are following him, especially Bruce
Yep.
is like, "Yes, I want to get this enhancement. I want to be able to fight King
Yeah.
Kroll."
There are a few things I want just beyond regeneration. Just want to keep, put that out there.
Um, so
Like
the-
infrared vision, for example.
Uh, yeah. Okay. Just a sec. So as you guys walk there, he like pulls out one of the books, and the floor like falls out in front, and like something else pops up on the floor, and he walks up
Classic.
on it, and like kind of beckons you guys to get closer to him. It's like a small circular pad. And as you guys get on it, like just like the personal energy shields is what it looks like, appears as a big dome around you guys, and then this thing starts flying through the halls, like I'm saying, like fast enough that it knocks all of you guys except for Solon, because he was ready for it, up against that energy barrier. Like, like oh god, there was some momentum behind that, and you guys are like flying fast enough that you guys can't even like see the books or anything.
Damn it, I'm still hurting from Brisk's injuries.
Uh, and then it still takes about like 20 minutes for you guys to get to the location he wants to, and it stops, and you guys get sent flying. But as you do, he catches you, Castellac, and he puts a little chip like on the side of your head, like right where the side of your eye finishes, right? Like there,
Mm-hmm.
like that actual side portion of your head, and says, "This should scramble your feed."
Oh, it's alright.
And then in front of you guys is a big glass door, and as you see through it, it looks like there's a big lab built for definitely biological creations and things like that. There's like robot arms with definitely built for needles and stuff like that, and there's a bunch of stuff. And he looks,
Castellac's so fucking jealous.
and it and like this whole area is like uh, it's like light blue is like the color of all the materials. Seems a little weird, but it's light blue.
So this is the I assume this is like the element that is not from this universe.
That's a good assumption. And he points at
What's light blue?
at a chair and he goes, "Brusque, sit in there." And then he waves his hand, and like this hollow screen just appears in the air. Like there's like you guys are used to hollow screens, but normally it's like connected to something that's projecting it. So this would like bring like a pretty huge shock. Like, wait, just what? That there's nothing controlling it, and this thing just appears out of nowhere. Like he scrolls through. He looks like he's scrolling through something. He hits a few buttons, and 5 Finks in lab coats come running in. 4 of them come and kneel down and go, Solon the Wise. And then the other one immediately goes to Brusque and hands him an actual, like, clipboard and paper, and gives him a pen. That's like, with like a list of things. And then on the bottom, there's
Do you feel like your milk history and symptoms?
an other section, and it's like things you want added to you.
Oh fuck
Oh.
yeah!
I thought it was
That'd
like
be cool.
I thought it was like rate your pain on a level of 1 to 10. Fill out your symptoms. Do you have any family history or some bad stuff?
So I guess now is technically the time you can fully tell me what enhancements you're trying to get.
Huh. How much can I enhance myself? How much can I mechanically? How much can I like statistically buff myself up?
You don't know yet. Like they're just
Because ideally,
gave
I'd
this
go
to you.
faster and stronger than King Kroll, but I'm assuming that's not going to happen.
I mean, there is an option of the royal Clovert bloodline.
They're gonna
But
wait. What do you mean exactly?
So in the way it's written, right? It doesn't like have written like the effects, right? It has like the bloodlines
Yeah.
that you can like, or not just bloodline, but like a direct DNA sample. It'll be like chromosome 74 B changed to chromosome 83, whatever. It's like it's really complicated, long list. But like one of them is actually words, and it's the royal bloodline of Cloverts. I think I talked to you, Bruce, about how you know that like the royal bloodline makes Cloverts just naturally stronger and faster anyway. So it might not
Yeah.
make you stronger and faster than him, but it would definitely.
and that on top of the Titan enhancements, or what is it called, Giants?
If I can't get both faster and stronger than him, I would at least like to be as strong as him, even if he's gonna have higher reflex than me.
I mean, so
Because I have a plan for how to take him out in combat, but it requires just brute force.
Titan bloodline, royal bloodline. You want some giant bloodline.
Infrared vision as well. I would like to. I don't know. Even if it's like mechanical, I would still like that, or electronic. I mean. I'm also definitely going to be armed with smoke grenades during this fight, so if I can see through the smoke and I can remove his vision.
Insectoid, bloodline, mosquito,
Hello, Horace.
eye, DNA.
Hello, you traitorous bastard.
Hey, I'm gonna have to be mute as I listen into.
Yeah, so, yeah, at this time, while you're doing your things, Castellac, your scrambled eye, like, clears up and becomes black, and, words pop up on the screen, and it says,
Yep.
So you've been working under Solon this whole time. I trusted you.
How the fuck do I communicate back?
With Horace's symbol.
Um, uh, so, uh, I look down and at my hand and just trace on it. No.
Ooh. Oh god. Bruce, what else? You're trying to get infrared vision. You're trying to increase your strength, reflex,
And again, if I
definitely
can't
your
get
strength. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I get.
if I can't get my reflex over his and my strength over his, I just want my strength to be as high as possible. I would like. I'm assuming I can't go full like 1982 The Thing, right? Because if so, that's what I would choose.
God, I don't remember this thing. Just a second. Oh god. Describe its abilities for me.
Everything.
Yeah, it's basically like it's a superorganism, so it's a bunch of different cells that work independently of each other, but still like collaborate to form one larger organism.
Yeah, they're unwilling to make you like that because that is
Yeah,
pretty much the things that they were fighting against, except they're also not carbon based.
but what if I was carbon?
They're still unwilling to do it because you technically would be able to be killed, but it would definitely be way too difficult.
Can I at least be made up of a bunch of supercells so I have greater? Okay, this kind of supercell I want to be is. Well, no, I want to be like again the thing where if I can't like morph into different things, then I want to be able to take over someone else's cells. I want to be able to infect them with myself.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to get that running for you.
Okay. All right. I don't know. Could they increase my proficiency bonuses over 2?
Yeah.
Cool. Then I would like to have whatever augmentations are required for me to just be like super, super incredibly good at unarmed combat. Because if I'm going to be tricky during this fight, then I also want to show the Clovers my brute strength as well.
Okay. Just a second.
That's pretty much it. I think.
Caslack, you get the message popping up saying, "Good. I had to make sure. I can't guarantee a time, but I know where you are, and I'm working on getting you out." Are you
Caslack just like lightly shakes his head and traces no again. Just patience.
So just a second. Giant bloodline is priority. Wait, is the strength priority or is the regeneration priority?
Strength is priority, then regeneration after that. And then reflex after that.
Okay, that's what I was just gonna say. I was like, and then the infrared eyesight last.
Infrared, and my unarmed bonus needs to be high. So I don't know if they're gonna give me like I don't know.
Well,
like really resilient arms or something. I don't know.
Are you sure there's nothing else, or just saying? This paper that they give you is like on a clipboard, but it's like 400 pages thick. Like,
I mean, there's like other stuff that I would want, but like I don't know how fair it would be if I got it.
I mean,
We're being fair. We're being bad people, guys. Come on, we're like final bosses. Don't make this fair.
Okay, like built-in sonar in me that can sense anything around me and report it to me immediately.
oh, this is actually gonna be arachnic.
If it's possible, little tiny like micro propulsion systems all over me that can move me around faster, or potentially make me just fly.
Uh-huh.
See, I don't know what limit you're gonna like. I don't know what the limit is here because there's a lot of stuff that I would like to do.
Caslack, you get a message saying, hydrochloric acid melts the spider's carcass. I'll be watching. Um, I mean, they gave you this whole sheet. They might end up telling you later, we can't do this, this, this.
Yeah.
But you still have this sheet. Like, as Bruce, you, like, what is everything you think he's gonna put?
I would
into
like
this
my
sheet?
my consciousness, if you can call it that, to be backed up. Not that I believe in consciousness, but you know, I would like my current like state to be backed up somehow. So if I die, another one of me just comes out again from somewhere. I mean, obviously, it wouldn't be the same being, but it would be, for the purposes of the fight that I'm trying to win, it would be the same being.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, yeah, that seems like it's about all I'd want so far.
All right.
There's a lot of ways to go with this, and I'm not sure which thing to pursue.
I guess I have to do two, actually.
EMP shielding for any of my any stuff that could be shut down by an EMP, like any cybernetic stuff added to me, if that's possible. Yeah.
Okay. So they're pretty much able to give you. They're unable to put in the micropropulsion system, and because of that, they said your EMP shielding is unnecessary, as there's nothing gonna be nothing.
So
in
the
you that's gonna be
the eye
electronic.
augmentations are biological.
Yep.
Cool.
They did warn you about the issue is that the built-in sonar thing, while yeah it's there, it's also going to make you weak to sound-based attacks.
Huh. Yeah, I would like a toggle on that. I want to be able to shut it off and on at will.
They said they would be unable to do a toggle. So it's either you have it with that weakness or not.
Then I would like to request a piece of equipment that does the same thing but slower, so that it's not like hooked up directly into my brain or whatever, but you know, I'll have like a device that reads everything around me. Not like as part of the augmentations, but like after, when they're like gearing me up.
Yeah, yeah.
Any other restrictions?
They tell you that there's a possibility of the giant bloodline and the royal bloodline causing issues. They say the possibility is 0.00045%.
Okay.
They also say that there is that sometimes, like, when the consciousness comes back from a backup, it is more feral.
Okay.
They say they can do it for sure, but it will be more feral. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes.
As long as my people get their freedom.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna do like a strength check as a constitution check for you. For this injections. And it's gonna be a challenge level 6.
Okay.
To not like feel any pain. Not
Oh,
like,
okay.
not to like survive.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna say
that's like
I am rolling with 6 dice.
a perfect success would be getting perfect.
Hmm.
3 wins.
So yeah, this leads you to some extreme pain, like extreme. You end up growing to be 7'6"
Ooh.
with the enhancements. It made you taller. Like your bones literally started growing and your skin started expanding and your muscles started getting bigger and stuff through this whole spiel as you're like strapped down to this chair, this light blue chair, and you are like excessively causing it hurts insane amount. You probably are screaming like the loudest you've ever screamed in pain.
Yeah.
Caslack, I just want to know, like, what are you thinking as you're watching him like physically change?
Um, Something I might have to do if it comes to that.
Oh, um, also your skin is like Bruce is starting to turn a little red. Uh, Not like very red, but it's definitely turning more red than it was. Um, and you hear the scientist like clamoring about as if something has gone wrong, uh, yelling back and forth to each other about where the miss in the calculation was, and then well, I guess I'll roll perception for them just to see if they find it. It's like a challenge level 3. It's not that difficult to find, but yeah, I think it's gonna be 9. And they all finally end up like at this same location, and they're looking through, and they realize that the bloodline for your eye enhancement has actually exceeded past the eye, um, and you start feeling some massive pain in your back, and they actually undo the cuffs and throw you to the ground in front of them, and your shirt rips, and these 2 insect-like wings sprout out of your back.
So I'm just some horrible monster now.
The wings removal, chop chop time.
Yeah. I assume they're not gonna lift me, right?
You don't know that yet. So the royal bloodline and the giant bloodline get activated inside you. Your strength goes up to 5,
Christ.
and your reflex just gets 1. And the Titan bloodline has truly activated in you, and you probably want to put this in your notes, but every turn, you'll heal from 1 level of injury.
Mm-hmm. Will that bring back missing limbs?
Yes, you'll have like a incapacitated limb for the next turn, and the turn later
Mhm.
it'll be slightly usable, and the turn after
Wait.
that it'll be fixed.
So does it reduce a high injury level into a lower one, or does it
Yeah.
just completely remove one injury each?
No, 1 level of injury each turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it reduces one injury by 1 level.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. 1 injury by 1 level each time.
So 5 strength, 1 reflex, heal 1 points of injury per round.
Yep. You do automatically fall into the oh yeah. So another thing. So after that happens, They put you in another chair, and they connect you neurally to a device, um, where you start you. It's like a virtual reality device, right? And you start experiencing a lot of time. Like he's in there, Castellac, for like 30 minutes. So I don't know what you're doing for the 30 minutes. Oh,
Probably just contemplating various things, sitting around waiting. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not like willing. I can't really go anywhere at the moment. Maybe Gaston could wander around, look around a bit at the lab, but
uh huh. So you get a message saying Salon has put the world in danger. The director has instructed me to stop him. I will need you and Brusque. If Brusque is still able to serve King Kroll after, and it just stops.
Wait, hang
oh,
on. Sorry,
fucking
never. I guess I
hell.
wouldn't know that anyway. So
No, you wouldn't know what's going
Okay.
on. It's
yeah,
appearing just to Castellac through his eye.
yeah.
Damn it.
Um,
Um,
so as you're experiencing this time, Brusque, you're you're literally, because it's being so long, forgetting how to use an energy assault rifle, like
Okay.
completely. Um, but your unarmed like proficiency like increases. I'll say to like 4 in this case.
Okay.
Like you experienced some monk training of unarmed combat for like about 10,000 years of time to you. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. You've died multiple times in unarmed combat with people and stuff. And it's like you've literally just been sitting in a or standing in a coliseum being challenged by more and more proficient people in unarmed
Yeah.
combat.
Huh.
Um,
hmm.
Castellac, roll perception, because you're looking
Okay.
around at the stuff that's going on in the place.
I think my perception is 1 second. I gotta find. Oh, wait. No, that's the wrong thing.
Okay. So
It's 11, right? No, I'm
10.
pretty sure it's 11.
10. Your negative
10?
attribute counts in your in the thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yep.
I was just trying to figure out what my potential highest combat roll would be at this point, and if all modifiers were in place, if I'm doing everything, as efficiently as possible, then I will be rolling 22 dice on an unarmed roll.
Yep.
Holy shit.
That's if I'm flanking and getting high ground and charging and specifying disarm and stuff.
And then the message continues, Castellac. Whenever you can explain what's happening to Brusque, I have audio and video connection to your eye. I do not understand what I'm seeing.
You're seeing the
Great.
birth of a new world.
Yeah, Castellac would go investigate a less useful corner.
Um, okay, just like, did you roll? Did you finish your perception roll?
Yeah, I did. I rolled it. It wasn't very good.
4. So you can see that like, uh, in the back right corner seems to be an area that's kept cool, where probably the samples and the bloodlines and all that stuff is probably being kept. You're also able to see an area on the left of another like virtual reality sector that you could connect yourself to if you wanted to try to learn some things very fast.
Interesting. It doesn't seem pleasant.
I
Though, maybe I don't know. Castellac would check that out and see if he could learn anything about um non um non-carbon based genetic manipulation or life creation.
Oh, Yeah. So you like you go over there and you try to and you
Just
like you
browsing.
want to like connect in to it, like
We're
connect
just
your brain
seeing
to.
what's available before
Oh,
I.
you're seeing what's available. Yeah, it definitely has the silicone-based life form research uh, area. It definitely has. It has like a lot of stuff that's non-carbon-based life forms, but everything is specified to a specific types of life forms.
Hmm. Well then, Castleac. Fuck. I still don't have any of my stuff because Bruskman took it all off of me, so I can't download anything. So if I'm gonna take anything with me, I have to plug myself in and warn it. I guess
Haha.
that's what I'm gonna do. Fuck.
Um, so you plug in, and what do you select before you plug in?
Um, I mean, if there's a bunch of, I think I would first do the type of thing that the spider's made of, but then the very next thing, actually the very first thing I try to do, but I would only go shallowly into it in case someone notices, is xenon based.
Um, I guess roll infiltration. Yeah, I'll use in,
Infiltration.
I'll use infiltration for this one.
Wait, infiltration?
Yeah,
That's not good.
because
Oh, wait, infiltration. No, infiltration is intelligence based. That's right. That's fine.
you're being sneaky, but directly into like the programming of the thing, so it's more infiltration than it is stealth.
Okay. And could inventor aid this? I'm not sure. No, never mind. Don't need to aid this. I'm
No,
good.
it wouldn't anyway. Yeah, 7 successes. Ooh, actually, wait.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh yes.
you're able to get past Solon's eye with the way you set this up. You set yourself up to go in for only 5 real time minutes of learning on the Xenon, and immediately into the silicone-based life forms that the arachnids are.
Yeah.
Afterwards, set for a total time of 30 minutes.
Yes, sir.
So, oh god, second. This is gonna be a little crazy. God, I guess we're gonna have to put some vocation in in your notes. So,
Back in Sphinx College, this is how people cram before tests.
yep, actually, the thing is that's true. But it was a lot weaker version than this, where like 30 minutes would just give you about like 2 hours of study time.
Still.
Whereas here, your 30 minutes is literally like 10,000 years.
Damn.
So your first 5 minutes, you're still spending about like 2,000 years of time studying xenon tech or xenon life forms.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I'm gonna say you got equivalent to like three vocation points in xenon life forms.
I think
Mm-hmm.
Castellac may become the true big bad.
Um,
Yeah. See where not being arrogant gets you.
and then your this one's gonna be crazy. So your understanding of the arachnids, right?
Hmm.
I'm just gonna say it's like the max possible, which means if you do any roll that's not in like an assist roll for something to understand the arachnids, it's an auto success. And if you are doing it as an assist roll, your vocation points is going to be equivalent to 9.
Wow. Okay. I remember the problems I had with doing altering my character sheet.
Yeah. I'm altering it here on mine. I can send it to you if you want it later.
No, just post it in the character sheets to have
Okay.
it more good.
Yeah, I'll do that. Oh. Uh, you guys so Bruce, you'll get out of it slightly earlier. Um, and when you get out, they ask you, "Do you want to go in for another round?"
What would be the consequences of doing so?
They said, "It might harm your muscles slightly. Your reflex would definitely decrease."
No. Do I see that Caslack is in one of these things?
Yeah, you see that he's in one across.
What's the little one doing in there?
Well, I'm not aware of my surroundings right now.
Wait, sorry. What's he doing in there? Is that like you're asking them?
I'm asking specifically what's the little one doing in there because now I am apparently some giant.
Yeah. They look over, they look at the screen, and they say, "It seems he's learning more about the arachnids. He probably," and then Solon looks and says, "I did give him control. He probably wants to know everything that can be used to his advantage about them."
I know you consider me to be less intelligent than you, but consider that you don't know his motivations fully.
Um, roll persuasion.
Cool, that's going to be a crazy high roll now.
Wait, why? What?
Because I can apply strength to it if it's intimidation.
Oh,
I
oh.
I don't think you were intimidating him here when you say.
I mean, I
this.
kind of am. I'm like, you know, towering over him and looking down at him and saying that one of the people that he's trying to trust with like one of his most important weapons is not, it may not be who he thinks. Like, I'm not all chummy with Salon. I'm just like, watch yourself.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So that's,
Oh, actually, I messed up his roll.
okay.
Yeah, he's not intimidated at you at all, and he says, "Psh, if he was even half as intelligent, or if he was somehow more intelligent than me and able to hide what he is truly thinking, then I would never have allowed him to get this close to me."
Understand that you're using my, as you say, lower intelligence to defeat someone who is more intelligent than you. By your own logic, someone less intelligent than you, such as Castellac, could use that to defeat you.
He just looks at you like you're an extreme fool, and just ignores your words.
I like to think I just now noticed the wings on my back.
Probably, actually, yeah, probably, because you were immediately shoved into the. No. You definitely know you have wings, because in your unarmed training simulation, it was able to register that. But like
Okay,
now,
did it allow me to fly in those simulations?
you were unable to actually control them in the simulation because you've
Okay.
never controlled them physically in the world, so your brain didn't.
Then
know
I would
how
like to try to
connect
give him
them.
a go right now.
You like levitate about like an inch off the ground and then fall down on your butt, like you're unable to like
Cool.
properly land.
Cool.
But it seems that they could help you fly if you trained in flying.
Yeah.
One of them looks over at you and says, "You could train in flying pretty fast in the simulation."
Flight won't help me in the battle to come. I'd rather keep my current skills. I am going to squeeze one of my wings, and see if I feel pain at all.
You definitely feel pain because you
Okay.
are super strong, and
Okay, I just wanted to know if there were like pain receptors in there.
yeah, you definitely feel pain.
Cool.
Pretty excessive pain, actually. Like
Okay.
these pain receptors are a lot more sensitive than your normal body.
Doc, mind chopping these off for me?
Oh my god! They look at you and they're like, they'll just regrow.
Oh, fuck, that's right. Uh, who would I speak to about getting a suit of armor?
And so Lon looks at you and says, "Well, that depends on the type of armor you seek."
A case for my wings?
Just your wings, or do you want a full exosuit covering your body?
Would it impede my movement at all?
Ha! Of course not. Mine are not as clumsy as Castellax.
Then I'll take that.
Um, so he like shows you a map.
Shows me a map.
Just a second. Like of where they are. Um, they're like showing a map of like where you guys are, and you see that about like 10 miles down the hallway on the left is supposedly the research development center where the where like armors and stuff are built.
Do I get the sense that I have like free reign of this area now?
You definitely appear to. It definitely seems like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna stretch out my legs and run the distance to that 10 miles
It takes you like 20 minutes.
with 6 successes. So unrealistic.
It takes you about like 20 minutes
Okay.
to like get to go 10 miles.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
Neat. Okay.
Okay.
Wait a second. No, that makes sense, actually.
Yeah. So I'm like half as fast as a car, basically.
Well,
and you're not
I mean,
going
I
at
would-
your max. You're not going at your max speed. Like that's half
Yeah.
of your max speed. You reached half
but
of
one
your
of
full
people
potential.
can run a mile in like a bit over 2 minutes, I think. I'm not looking this up. I'm just estimating.
Well, yeah, no, that's exactly 2 minutes a mile. He ran 10 miles in 20
I
minutes.
know. I'm just thinking about human capabilities.
Oh no, so the world record right now is 3 minutes and like 45 seconds or something like that.
For a mile?
Yeah,
Oh, that's not as good as I thought it was going to be. Okay.
And keep in mind that this is 10 miles. Like, the distance actually matters.
Yeah, I know. I just thought the human speed was better than that.
yeah, the best human speed? No, it's not that good. Now, like the fastest 400 meter is like 45 seconds or something. Like,
Yeah, I was basing it off of the 45 meter and just assuming
yeah, if
that
he
people
did,
might be able to keep the pace.
yeah, if they were able to somehow keep that pace for 4 times in a row, yeah, they'd be able to. They'd be pretty close. But, uh, but yeah, Bruce just like bolted down. So you get there. You realize the door is not big enough for you to get through.
Like, even if I, go feet first.
You think you think you might be able to do it, but you also think that there's a possibility that your shoulders might not fit through the door.
Even if I'm folding up my shoulders by putting my arms over my head.
Like your brains is like there might be a chance, but there also might not be a chance.
What's
Like,
the door
it looks
made?
very close.
What's the frame of the door made of?
It's like made of steel.
Okay, I'm gonna try and bend it.
Go roll. It's a challenge level like 5. Grapple.
9.
You just like easily bend this metal, like fully open it in a nice wider. You're unable to open it because like the ceiling of the entire area is like barely, like you were ducked over, like crouch sprinting this whole time too. Like you weren't sprinting at like your full speed. Like you had to actually crouch down and run.
But like fuck like action movie heroes, prying open elevator doors. I just pried open a steel door frame
Yeah, you
with
just
my
push
hands.
the door frame up and you just like go through. You still have to like squat down to like get through the area because at max it's still standing like 6 foot tall or 6'6" tall, and you're like still a foot taller than that. But you're able to just like push the sides wider to like allow yourself to like squat down and like scoot through like Gollum in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. All right.
One Finks
I'm just-
looks at you like horrified. Like you just see one. Like there's only one in the room. Looks at you like horrified. Like what are you doing here?
I'm here for a suit, meat.
He's like under whose orders?
Salon.
Proof, please.
I slam my fist into the ground and try to dent it to prove that I was just augmented by Salon and his guys.
Roll,
Like intimidation.
roll. Yeah, this is say intimidation.
This is great.
This guy's got great perception, but because he's already scared, he's gonna be rolling.
Yeah, 6 wins.
With disadvantage.
Wait, since when was that?
Yeah, he's scared of you. He's not certain that you're from Solon, but he pulls out a pad. He like calls over to the research to the biological enhancement center, asking if there was someone that they just sent someone over, and like
They just sent someone over, yeah.
they were like, yeah, is he already there? And then he like, describes you. He describes you, and they're like, yeah, he got there a bit faster than we planned. And then he leads you over to an area, and these suits look like super small in your hands. Okay, I'm talking like they fit in the palm of your hand
Okay.
as he hands it to you.
Is there a button on it or something? Actually, I'm just gonna, no need for arrogance at this point. How do I operate this?
He looks at you and says, have it in your hand. Bring your hands together and squeeze it.
Okay, I do so.
And you see it actually start to like, it looks like the metal is replicating itself as it spreads out along your entire body. And it directly, like, it covers you, kind of like if you had like a rubber outfit or something, like it's skin tight, but also doesn't affect your movements whatsoever. And it's like fully encases you. I'm just gonna say this adds 3 to melee and ballistic armor, and 1 to energy weapons.
3 melee and ballistic.
Yeah. So it gives you 3 defense to melee and ballistic attacks,
Cool.
and 1 to energy-based attacks.
And it doesn't impede my rolls at all.
It doesn't appear to right now, though. The
Cool.
way you're looking, it did seem that there's like a visor. It covers your eyes a bit, and it did seem to turn off your thermal vision.
Little man, if I destroy this visor, will it deactivate the suit?
Goes, of course, you do not need to destroy the visor. Rub your temple and the visor will disappear.
Cool. I do that.
Yeah. Um, so, I mean, if something attacks you there, you're not protected somehow.
Yeah.
If they, like, I don't know, assist with aim throw and specifically say that's where they're aiming, then they'll be able to ignore your armor.
Yeah. Well, I'm planning to use this in melee combat against King Kroll, who I assume is not going to be smart enough to do that.
I mean, he's pretty smart in his, like, attacks. Like, he's still a warrior by heart.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
But if he can't see and I'm like grappling, if he's, surrounded by smoke and I'm grappling with him and I'm choking him to death,
Yeah, we're gonna.
he's not going to throw something into my visor.
Yeah. Um, we'll definitely see what happens.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a hectic thing, I guess. Who knows? You guys literally might have. You might end up speedrunning this campaign enough that I can actually start the other two campaigns. So it might actually activate from this stuff. After probably next session, because the fight will probably be next session. We'll want to leave it off with a nice climax. But let's see. So yeah, you have your suit now. Are you gonna do anything, Bruce?
Nope, I think I'm good for now.
Castellak, you exit the chamber extremely exhausted. You just went through 10,000 years of life studying, and your mind is you're a little tired.
Yeah. Is anyone around me? Like, is Solon around me?
Solon has left the room. There's only two. There were two Finks researchers that seemed to be waiting for you, and as soon as you got out, they turned around and just left and walked into their office area.
Hold up. Is there any refreshment to recover from these exercises?
They give you a map, and about 20 miles, like 10 miles further than the research past it, there seems to be a lounge area with like food, drinks, a cafeteria, an area to sit down, and all that stuff.
All right. Can I figure out if there's any one of those transport things that Solon used earlier nearby?
Yes, you exit the door and you see one you see a button to the right of the door, and as you press it, the floor in front of you drops out, and a smaller version of that transport seems to appear in front of you.
Okay, Caslock uses it, or
Yeah, and
yeah. I would assume actually Caslock already knows how to use these things, considering he is a Sphinx.
yeah, you've used these to like move around underground of these things before. That's how you guys like do your fast transportation from like one part of the planet to another normally.
Damn it, it just occurred to me that, I know it should have occurred to me earlier, but that Castellac knew about the whole like planet not being a planet thing when I suggested putting rocket thrusters on it.
Yeah, no, I knew that. That was hilarious. There's a few moments like that where I was like, while you were interrogating me, I was just like, if only you fucking knew. How far does this go? And I was like, theoretically, these people in charge are very smart. Okay, yeah, Castellac himself refreshed, and then would go back to get another crash course on the general gene editing technology that was used.
It's just general carbon-based gene editing.
Yes.
Okay. How long did you plan to go in there for?
You know what? Fuck, Casslock's fucking pissed off at Sloan. Let's say, after refreshing himself, Casslock would go in for a full 30 minutes.
purely about the gene editing technology.
On for carbon-based things.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
no. So that, and then would you, how would you have set it up purely for like information purposes, or for, would you like be virtually testing stuff too?
Um. Okay. I mean, for a period of time, Castleac would probably be um just learning about it. Maybe for the first I don't know, let's split it 15-15. But because you once again edge, the second 15 minutes would be testing or simulating uh Sphinx DNA interactions with things, and then for like let's say that's 5 minutes, and then for the last I think it's 20 for the last 10 minutes he would be checking if you could have a organism that functioned across multiple different um bases for life. Like if something could if like let's say if you're like a silicon based virus a or something like just like a hybrid life forms between multiple different
So it's like
gene bases
partially carbon based and partially silicon based is like examples,
or
like stuff.
xenon or whatever, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. So
Um,
we'll split it. Let's see. We'll split it 15 studying just gene tech in general, 10 testing gene tech on Finks, and then 5 on cross basis gene testing.
yeah. Or it was the other way around. It was 5 on Sphinx and 10 on cross species.
Oh, you wanted 5 on Finks and 10 on cross species? Okay.
No, actually, no, I'll go with what you said. I'll go with what you said.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you the vocation gene modifier, which you'll end up with a full 4 points in.
I mean, isn't the word geneticist? Or if you want to make it fancy, gene mechanic?
So yes, but that's purely carbon based, and you also are gonna have studied like mixing the two together, uh, with like other type of beings and stuff, which is why I'm doing it like this. Because yeah, they have the term geneticist or gene mechanic, but like I said, they would only consider that carbon based, and you now have the knowledge of xenons, arachnids, so you have xenon based life, silicon based life, and carbon based life. So they're gonna like combine into a single vocation for you.
All right.
I mean, obviously, you still have your xenon and I guess xenon expert and arachnid expert. Where you have the skills still.
Neat.
But you end up losing 1 reflex because you've been in there for too long.
Okay. Oh, so I'm doing negative net reflex now?
Yeah, you have a negative reflex, and you also gain an intelligence, so you're at 5 intelligence.
Good. Okay, all worth. Fucking bastard.
You also so you figured out that there's a cool thing that if you add um, dwarven bloodlines to a Sphinx, then you can add any other bloodlines without causing any negative effects or any physical changes in the body, like shape or size or color or anything, but still get the advantages from the bloodlines.
I will remember that.
You also find out that as long as the life form that you want to build is no greater than about 500 cells, you can mix between carbon and silicon. If it's no larger than 20 cells, it can be mixed between silicon and xenon. If it's no larger than 100 cells, it can be a mix between xenon and
Oh,
carbon.
wait. Can I get those numbers again?
200 for carbon and silicon, 100 for carbon and xenon, and 20 for xenon and silicon.
200 for carbon and silicon, 20 for silicone and xenon,
Yep. And
and
100 for carbon and xenon.
okay, thank you.
Um, I'm also going to give both you and Bruce one destiny point for how well you guys have been playing this. Your roleplay, like, really well done so far.
Now now I have a destiny point, and after I spent them all to save Brusk from being shot by a fucking sniper.
You definitely used that to save them for sure.
Uh, if I
Oh,
go
that's not.
back into one
Oh,
of
wait,
those,
I don't remember what I was doing. Yeah, that wasn't the sniper, was it?
No, it was just the the thing that was being planned in action and was going to happen. And you made it better slightly.
Okay, whatever. I made it a lot better. I'd hope.
Yeah, well, you change it from a dice roll of a 1 to a 13, which, failed the challenge level by 3. So,
didn't he have to change it twice though? Didn't he have to make it 2
yeah, he
and then
changed
13?
it to 5 and then. No, you're right,
Yeah.
2, and then 13. That's
Yeah.
scary.
It was 5 at first, then I changed it down to 1, and then 2, then 3.
Yeah. I was like, oh god.
If I spend more time in one of those learning machines or whatever, can I trade out skill like proficiency points that I still have instead of reflex?
I mean, it still causes a pain to the body. You could.
Okay, never mind.
It would definitely take some reflex, or you could possibly lose intelligence. You never know.
Yeah, I'll just stick with what I have then.
But I mean, it also depends
I
on
am
how long
not
you're
generally a
in
risk taker, except in that one session.
there. Uh, yeah. Let's see. So
I
what's Bruce
Sorry.
doing? Yeah, because Castleax's in there for like 30 minutes doing his stuff. You've just fixed your armor, got it all good. What are you doing?
I just wanted to say before I go on to that,
Oh, yeah.
I just now had a look at the character sheets. In the character sheets like channel.
Yeah.
I mean, it says the planet thing on Horace's sheet, and I never saw it. Ugh,
That's kind of funny, actually.
damn it.
Uh, actually, I guess I want to look. I want to look at his sheet. I'll have it up. Let's see how it says.
But I guess I would be going to get like geared up with all additional supplementary gear that I would want, like smoke grenades and stuff.
Yeah. So that's in the same area. So you're getting it. There's a lot of stuff. Well, what do you want? As like crates of things.
Well, I would like just a ton of smoke grenades. I know it may sound silly, but it's part of my plan. I would like. It's not something I'm going to be carrying around, but a. Have you seen Breaking Bad?
What do you want? What do you want?
You know the truck battery, the truck magnet in season 5?
I think so.
I want a big, like, mobile battery powering a massive, massive magnet that can potentially disarm people from a distance.
Yeah, there's definitely, yeah, you definitely can
Or
get a very
carrying it.
strong electromagnet for sure.
Cool.
Just straight up giving enemies aim assist.
Well, no, it's I'm not gonna get. I'm not gonna be holding it. It's gonna be like a stationary thing, or not a stationary thing. It's gonna be something that I like bring onto the battlefield with me, operated by other people.
Hmm. Okay.
It's part of my shock and awe campaign against the heroes.
Hmm. Okay.
I would also like to get in
Oh,
contact
the
with
heroes!
my.
I forgot about them. Completely forgot about the heroes. They're not
Dang.
on my party list anymore.
There's
Yeah.
so little that they mean nothing to you guys.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I could kill all of them with a single combat roll, because I'd be able to target every single one of them at once.
As long as they're close enough to you. Yeah. Actually, they'd have to be very far apart. They'd have to be like sniper range away from you for every single person to be far enough away. I just thought of that.
Why's that?
I just like think about it. Like think about how fast you can run, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
Like you could get very far distance.
I'm
in
like
the
a level
still
20
same
barbarian
5
from D&D.
seconds. You really are.
Or monk.
Um, but yeah, I would like to get in contact with my special operations teams.
Yeah, you're unable to do that.
What is the source of me being unable to do that?
Well, I guess the source depends on how you try to contact them. I guess.
I'm going to, find Salon and ask him, can I get in contact with my teams?
So yeah, he would just directly be like, "I cannot allow you to have contact with them while we are inside the planet."
Right. Well, how soon can I get out of here?
Is how ready are you? Do you have anything else you need?
I would like, if it's if it's not too costly, to have my men outfitted with, or at least some of my men outfitted with some of these technologies.
I can give them the armors, and I can give them upgraded energy weapons, but that is all
Okay.
that we can give them from here.
That's fine. I need to find these invaders from another world.
Okay, I gotta copy this freaking.
Just watch out. Every now and then, a party of PCs has some kind of item that can be like a one-time one-shot.
Yeah, but I can also regenerate.
Oh no, I'm just that's dumb metagame shit. But yeah,
Yeah.
watch out for MacGuffins. We're big bad evil guys.
I was warned about a certain NPC, but that's it.
Yes, that was an NPC for sure that I warned about. Sorry, I was just adding into the thing that they all have the armor.
Cool.
Oh, and I guess I should upgrade. Well, this depends. Did you want the weapons actually given to your Charlie group? Because they're using ballistics and.
Yeah, I don't want them to be able to. I don't want their positions to be able to be like traced by the path of their projectiles. So, ballistics only.
So Charlie still keeps ballistics.
Yeah.
Bravo gets updated. It's +2 to combat roll. And Alpha you have with regular ballistic rifles. Do you want them replaced with these updated laser rifles?
Alpha's just the meat.
Alrighty. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I have that fully in there.
Cool.
Is there anything else? Oh, you say you want to look for the PCs.
Yeah. Well, I don't say PCs, but yeah.
Oh, you want to look for the extraterrestrial invaders.
Yes.
Whoops. When the GM gets out of character, whoops. Feels bad.
And the way you were referring to them, yes, definitely NPCs. Definitely NPCs. It was already out of that long ago.
Okay. So he's like, Well, I will send the tools to your squads. Meanwhile, come here. And he leads you down an area and enter into a door, and that's like he like points you to like a thing that looks like an ejection pod that would normally be on a ship in case the ship got attacked, right? And he's like, if you get in here, we can launch you directly to where it's calculated that they crashed.
Can my teams come with me?
So, it will take some time. They will be there soon, but we don't forget we do still have to fully equip them and teach them how to properly use their weapons.
Okay. Yeah, I'll step into the pod. Damn, am I gonna be hunting them through a jungle now?
So you get launched up, and I'll say it's gonna take you about like 10 minutes to properly like follow the area and then fall back down where you need to. Horace, by the way, you would have gotten signals from stuff from your intel, knowing that something got launched into space and came back down where the
Oh damn it! I
extraterrestrial
forgot to do the
invaders
whole.
landed.
I forgot to do the whole challenge the king thing.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering. I was like, okay, you're going, like, maybe gonna bring a piece of heads as like a something ahead, like to cue off the challenge to make it seem even more cowardly to turn it down, or I don't know. It's like a boast before the challenge.
Yeah.
But so
Like I
that's-
protected our people when you couldn't.
Yeah, right. So you head there. Caslack, you have done your training and whatnot. It's been 30 minutes. You come out like, oh man, like you can feel that your muscles have weakened further than what
Wait.
they used to be.
Didn't we already do the second round of training?
Well, you were technically inside it because like I told you what happened to you, but like I didn't have you exit because while you were inside it is what Bruce was doing these things.
Okay.
So now he's in the ship. He's technically like partially in the air as you exit because it didn't take him a full 30 minutes to get equipment and ask Solon if he can contact his teams and stuff.
Damn. Okay.
So you exit out. You're feeling your exhaustedness. Know what I mean? That's your -1 in the reflex. You feel that your muscles are definitely weakened.
That's just reflex, though, right?
Yeah, that's your reflex. You can see like you don't really have as much control of your muscles as you used to.
Okay, my motor.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Damn. No more tossing tools across the workshop then.
Probably not the best suggestion. Anything else you do now as you exit out of this training simulation that you just went through?
Caslack would probably go to his go to his personal lab.
Your personal lab, the one that was technically under the castle. That there's other Finks that might be loyal to the king there. You're gonna try to You're gonna try to go back there through the Finks' normal in
I mean,
ship
that's
network. I'm just making
yeah.
sure. Okay.
Why not? Well, wait, thinking because you did the pretty much are you sure thing.
Well, no, like I'm just making sure, like, so I have the plan that's what you meant, not that you went to one of the labs here, in this area.
Oh no, I'm going to one of my own. I'm going to my own personal lab, and it seems Horace wants to talk to me,
It,
and I'd find some way to message Horace through a channel that, that Salon wouldn't have access to. Maybe just through looking at certain things.
that
Maybe just
Salon
looking at
would not
like,
have access to.
yeah, I probably because
Okay.
Horace seemed to have access to my eye.
Yeah.
So maybe I would just write it down on paper and ask him to come meet with me in my testing chamber, which, as I detailed earlier, is graded so that like radiation won't even be able to get out. So
Yep.
it would prevent all signals from escaping.
Yep. All right, so you're heading there. It's probably going to take you. I'm just going to estimate you because I'm thinking of like where you guys currently are. you're technically in the near the center of the planet, but you're like in the East Ocean, next to the main continent is technically where you are, where the thing is. You guys went underneath and like went really far. It's gonna take you, thinking about the speed, I guess like 30-40 minutes to get there. So I guess we'll go to Bruce while you're traveling. You land, you get out of your pod, and you see a spaceship of a type you've not seen before. And it seems the back end has been blown out. Like it's just completely exploded. You also realize that the entire forest around you is currently on fire.
Uh-huh. Fuck, I should have gotten, like, mechanical lungs or something. That's what I always go for with my other characters whenever I get cybernetic enhancements. Let's see. I don't know. Do I have like a respirator or something of some kind?
I mean, not really, but also you have enough strength that your let's just say your constitution is able to handle it right now.
Okay.
Like it might start collapsing if you stay there for like an extended period of time. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, the worst I mean, the thing that actually kills you generally from being burned alive is not the actual like heat, it's the smoke inhalation.
no, yeah, but what I'm saying is like your constitution is so strong, right? Your lungs are powerful in how they
Okay.
breathe in and out.
Okay.
That like it's a very small percentage of the smoke that actually is staying in your lungs right now. It would still take you quite a while to die from it.
If I activate that sonar thing, that device that I got, does it say that there are any, you know, moving objects around?
There's definitely no moving objects near you.
Okay. What direction is the ship facing?
The ship is facing north.
Mm-hmm. Do I see any trails of any kind?
Roll perception with disadvantage.
Wait, hang on, it's general chat. Here we go.
It's just disadvantage because of the fire burning up most of the stuff
Yeah.
that you could see. 4, that's definitely enough to see some trails heading, it looks like they started north and then then it looks, well, actually, I guess before trails, the obvious thing you see there are 3 huge craters in the ground.
Yeah.
It's like, 15 meters large crater, like 15 meters down, like making a perfect sphere. There's 3 of them. 2 of them seem to be like partially connected. Like if you were to like draw the sphere, they would like overlap slightly. And the other one is about 15 meters to the west side. Yeah.
Are there any like metallic, or are there any like robotic footprints that I can see?
You can definitely see there were robotic footprints coming from the area where the like separate explosion was, heading towards where the 2 explosions that were together are.
I'm gonna follow the line of footsteps because I'm assuming.
And then you saw another trail of like biological footprints that seem to have started heading north and then headed northeast.
Okay. I mean, I'll follow that and I'll keep my sonar thing on the whole time. And if anything pops up, I'll investigate it.
So as you're going, gonna take.
Damn it! I should have gotten invisibility too.
Roll
Could be predator.
roll athletics. Just
All right.
to see how long it takes you to get to different distances. Probably like 2 times actually.
7 wins.
And then 1 more time.
Can I assist with acrobatics on either of these?
Actually, no, just roll acrobatics. This time, or yeah, 1 more time. Just because this is going to affect the timing in between these two things. Okay. So you're following it. You see that it has gotten to, like, you're running through, and you see they turn directly west at a random portion. They get into an open field, and then they start heading again northeast. And then as you follow that through, it's
Do I
probably
see any like signs of any like engagements or anything that would cause them to be taking so many turns?
no, but you do see that like the area you're running through is still on fire. Like this whole forest
Yeah.
seems to be on fire.
All right.
And from what was your perception again? 4? Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. You're not gonna get that. All right. So yeah, you just see that they seem to turn and stuff. There doesn't seem to be any signs of like direct confrontation. You did see at the one spot though that there was like a spot where it didn't look like footprints. In your head, you would think of them as like what would look like if someone kneeled down. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But there was only one imprint like that, and there's about 14 sets of footprints.
Okay.
You also when you had landed, you saw 2 bipedal dead bodies laying against trees on fire.
What'd they look like?
Humans, but you don't know what humans look like. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did I find any like communications devices on them?
No, they look
Okay.
naked now, on fire. You know, that was I forgot to mention that from there.
Can we retcon something, by the way?
Yeah.
Because I forgot to do something. I would have given Salon a recording of me like telling my troops to get to a certain location, like to get to where I'm going.
Yeah. He already
and,
was
you know.
doing that because you asked if they could get close, if they could
Okay.
get to you. And he
Yeah,
was
I didn't know
like-
if they would follow his orders, so I just wanted to make sure that there was a recording of me ordering them.
There wasn't a recording of you, but he was like, he's went to them and he has direct connections to being able to see where you are, and like
Okay.
show them a visual satellite feed, like instantaneous, and be like,
Yeah, I didn't want to
"He's
contact
here."
them myself because I didn't want anyone to know. Didn't want to like broadcast anything, let anyone know where I was.
Yeah. So you, Caslack, get to your location, and Horus isn't there. Horus, if you're doing, I don't know, if you're deciding to still communicate with him, let me know how and what you're doing. But you've gotten back to your lab, Caslack. I just put the L and said yes. Also, Bruce, just let me finish this. Bruce, you have like the spot where you're at right now. That this stuff's gonna happen is you've like appeared in another opening, and you see 2 like houses made of straw and hay.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you can like think about it and think about what you're doing.
Okay.
All right, so Caslack, what are you doing?
Kasak would probably. I mean, his intention was to meet with Horus right away, but hmm. Give me a moment.
Okay. Just let me know whenever. Bruce.
Yeah.
Bruce,
Look through some stuff.
you've appeared at this area. There's just 2 hay buildings, and that's all you see directly right now.
I'm gonna rub my temples, and get my infrared vision on.
There's definitely no heat signatures showing life. There do look like there's some heat signatures that normally show up around energy cells. And I'm gonna say this because you've used like actual thermal vision and stuff before.
Yeah.
through like actual technology for during missions and stuff.
Are there any big rocks nearby?
No, you're in a jungle. There's big trees, but no big rocks. Um, the trees are currently all on fire. Uh,
Right.
one of the hay houses is like burnt most of the way down. It kind of is messing with your eyesight right now.
Do these suits? Does this suit protect me from fire?
Currently it's somewhat protecting you. You're definitely feeling the heat.
Yeah.
It's
Any,
gonna deal damage to you soon. I'm just saying.
Any large, non-burning, I don't know, logs or anything on the ground that I can pick up?
No, everything's on fire. Like you're in the center of a wildfire that's still going on and like has reached almost the entire forest.
Yeah. Okay.
And this forest
Well,
is huge.
are there any trees that are like looming over these houses? Like
Um,
directly over them?
What do you mean? Like they have a branch looming over directly, or
Like, I mean, like if I, could I cut one down so it falls on the house?
oh, I mean, you could definitely cut some of these trees down
Cool.
onto the house.
I will find a smallish tree that I can cut down in a few swings, and I will try to knock it onto the house, onto both of the houses.
I'm not gonna have you do an athletics check just because it would be like
I do have a
challenge
poleaxe
level.
on me, to be clear.
It would be like a challenge level 2. That there's really no
Cool.
point, right? Like we
Yeah.
know you could do it. So you're gonna.
I suspect explosives, so I don't want to be too.
So you chop down it. The one that's mostly burned down is a slightly smaller one. It's the one to your left. The tree falls, completely crushes the house. Boom. The tree breaks a little bit as it hit the spot where you could tell were kind of like energy cell looking things, and you see a metal crate that you're probably assuming is energy cells. And then it comes down, crashes on the other house, but like it seems to be like tilted upwards as if there's something extremely solid inside it that it like fell on, that's raised, so it doesn't actually like fully crush. I mean, it crushes the house, but like it falls onto something that's raised about 2.5 feet high.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go check it out closer.
So you check out that area. All it seemed to be is that someone had like built up dirt and packed it really tight to create like a 2.5 foot big table that you would like see in a throne room. Like it fits like 8 people to each side, 2 people
Okay.
at each end, and it's just a big dirt block.
What are these guys getting into? Any tracks that lead away from here?
There
Actually, is there any sign of anything that goes underground at all?
there's no signs of anything that goes underground.
Okay.
Roll perception just to see how much information you get from the tracks that you can pretty obviously see leading away. This time.
Sorry to insert.
Yep. Nope.
I've been doing a tad bit of research. Apparently, there's no organisms that have fewer than roughly 1,000 cells. There's like legitimately nothing that has only 2 cells or like 300 cells. It's like just 1,000 and above.
Viruses.
No, that's I'm excluding monocellular things. When it comes to multicellular things, there's legitimately only things of around 1,000 cells or larger.
Huh.
Yep.
Which I don't know. Just mentioning that, looking at the number of cells I have available for the combinations.
Yeah, but also those are only for pure carbon-based organisms.
That's true. So, but for these numbers you have,
The average
that's,
calculation of a purely silicone organism could be as small as 13 cells. Just saying. That's what our math says.
okay. I mean, theoretically, for carbon, it could be even just 2, but it's evolutionarily, nothing ends up being that small for some reason.
No,
Really no small.
it's not just some reason. It's actually that when it's only 2 cells combined, their brains act separately. they're unable to use a single nucleus. Um, that's why they
Interesting.
need to be larger. But the theory for carbon-based is it should be able to be only 100. It should be able to use the cell, like, what is it? I think it needs 10% of the cells to be able to be used as a brain and still have enough left over to, like, operate itself. So it's a little weird. So I guess the minimum's 10, because you need at least one to act as only a brain for carbon-based.
Okay, and the numbers you gave me, is that just like 200 total, or is that 200 of each type?
Uh, total. Total.
Okay,
Yeah.
assuming half and half.
It doesn't have to be half and half, but it can't be any more than 75% and 25%.
Okay,
Oh, dang, only 2 successes. Feels bad. So all you notice is that there's a less than 14 tracks running from the small house to the nearest section on the east side of the forest, because that's the nearest portion of the forest that's
What
towards
Yeah.
towards the house.
I'm going to investigate the energy cell looking things.
They are exactly what they are. They're like the energy cells you guys would normally use to, like, power laser rifles and stuff. It's like a crate of like 120 of them.
Well, I don't need those, so I'm gonna leave them. And I'm gonna follow the tracks again.
Your sonar picks up movement, but this thing is moving extremely fast.
How fast?
Spaceship fast.
How close is it to me?
Like the maximum range this thing has, so I would be like 100 miles.
Okay. Moving what direction?
Moving north.
Do I know of any like settlements near here
There's a lot of towns and there's a lot of
that
cities.
wouldn't be engulfed by fire?
Uh, so the main city of Lost Chicken Province would still be is technically just barely outside of the outside of the forest. It also has
Okay.
a river heading right into it, so it should be they should be able to have enough water to protect themselves from getting caught in flames.
Cool. I would like to head that direction.
Alrighty, so you're doing that. Gaslight, you got any more, or are you still looking up stuff?
I'm just doing a bunch of research at this point, or not a bunch. Given my time, I'm not in a fucking simulation with ridiculous time ratio.
Yeah. What exactly are you like looking into?
Um, I'm just figuring out like how smart um small like how much information can be stored in a small organism. I was starting to think about the idea of maybe it being one of these organisms, maybe going for like even if it was like a carbon and xenon thing, having the carbon having it not quite be the exact same creature, but having it be with that like it's almost like the xenon has the DNA to be able to replicate the carbon organism, which would have the DNA or memory to be able to replicate theoretically a larger structure, thereby effectively like multiplicatively increasing the amount of information that can be stored in a smaller set.
Okay, I mean, you know for sure that an infinite amount of data can be stored in an infinitely small space. There's nothing too small to store data, because data is just energy, and energy not having any direct mass can
Okay.
fit in any size. Small, as long as you're able to properly condense the data to be treated as just energy.
Okay.
Um, so you're following this, Bruce. Uh, so you're just gonna head to the city on foot, is what you're saying? You're just gonna run for it?
I mean, I'm gonna try and find. If I find a vehicle, I'll take that.
Yeah.
My goal here is to get into a, flying vehicle.
Yeah. There's let's just say there's nothing around this area. This whole area was known to be like for agriculture and like animals and stuff. So none of these places have any sort of ships. So like even if you went to any of the known towns nearby that would have been on fire, there wouldn't be any ships.
Any military installations?
No. Oh, actually, just a second. Let me see the.
Or like
yeah,
commercial, like
if you
airports
head
or
west,
anything?
if you head west, there's a big river that splits off, and it's about 50 miles from you west, assuming that's where you are by guesstimating how far you've ran so far. There's a river, and right across the river there's a secret a secret military installation you know about that is where you are training up your Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie squads.
Cool. So I'm guessing it'll take me around 2 hours to get there.
Probably, yeah.
Cool.
As you
And
get
that's where I'm
there,
gonna head.
yeah. So you get there, and Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie squad are waiting for you. But something seems odd. They don't seem to have any weapons on them. They're wearing the
So I see that
armors,
they're.
but they don't
Yeah.
have the weapons. And they brought two
Question
ships.
is-
They brought two stealth ships.
Okay. I am going to contact Charlie team leader.
I mean, they're all there, so you call over Charlie.
Yeah, I
team
know.
leader.
Yeah, gonna call him.
okay. Come over here.
What's going on?
He goes, Salon won't allow us to have any of our weapons until you come back with either the extraterrestrials or you do your public declaration of challenge to King Kroll.
Well, I spotted a ship flying north recently, so I figure if we head north along the same line that it took, we will eventually find it. So back on the ships.
So you get on the ships and you guesstimate its trajectory from your known from your previous position to this position using your sonar tech, guesstimating where it's headed. It seems to be headed for West Patnay rest area is like the first town that its flight will directly fly over. If it keeps going, it will run into the capital, and then if it continues forward a little bit more, it will run into Altarius, the city of Altarius. Well, it's a government training site, Altarius, but yeah.
Well, I'm going to, just go on that line and, do flybys and see if I see anything, or if any of my squad see anything.
So you guys fly to the location where you knew you picked it up originally, and then fly its same flight path behind it?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll roll perception for your ship's sonars, see how good your sonars are. They're not going to have the base 3 because they're not people. It's just going to be mechanical. 4 plus 2 in attributes to it. 6 dice. Okay, yeah, 6 dice.
I'm actually, I'm going to drop Bravo team at No, wait. How large is this town?
Which ones? Because I named three.
Yeah,
Well,
the
the
first one on
capital.
the path.
The first one has a small population of 100,000 people.
Okay.
It's a
If we
rest
don't see,
area for the
yeah.
railroad normally. Like the railroad will pause there for day for like the night and then continue on the rest of the day.
If we don't see the ship there with sonar or anything, I'm gonna have Bravo team get off one of our ships, and I'm gonna tell them, uh, search for any alien ship, and if you find it, disable it. But make sure that make sure that you all don't take too many risks while doing so. If you get into combat, disengage, and immediately contact us.
Okay. So you don't see anything. You drop off Bravo team. At West Patney.
A few questions about the composition of those spider things. They
Yes.
still don't have an actual name. Um,
You just know them as arachnids, like the main
yeah,
term.
yeah.
Like they're
And
considered by Solon and the stuff that you studied as a perfect arachnid. With yeah,
okay. Um, so chemical composition wise, they like store water within their bodies?
no,
What about salt?
no,
What do they actually store within themselves to like keep themselves alive?
air, and it seems that they eat like iron and other basic uh, basic metal elements that are then are able to turn into energy.
Great. That's annoying. They don't have the ingredients within their own bodies to make hydrochloric acid. Well, whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
They they do have lungs.
Yeah, yeah.
And your study does let you know that they can't survive more than 2 minutes without air, without carbon monoxide actually, specifically.
Interesting. Okay.
So what you're saying is, if I hadn't uh, attacked Castellac and I had gone through with my plan to gas their tunnels, I could have taken out the spiders.
I mean, what were you gonna gas their tunnels with?
I don't know, something. I wasn't going to use carbon monoxide, but if it displaces all the other gases in there, then
If it was enough, yeah.
yeah.
There would technically be a small chance of that working. Yeah, you'd have to have a lot because their tunnels are huge. Like
Yeah.
the area. Oh, Castellak, yeah. I'm guessing you're going to be looking through the holopad that Salon gave you, and
Yeah, I've heard.
it has a full map layout of like the caverns in under the mountains that the spiders have been eating, and actually it appears that the spiders are actually even starting to like build with the metals because they have so much excess. They're like building buildings for themselves, and they're starting to build projectile weapons for themselves.
Okay, but like these things can be remote controlled. Like they're
No, so they're so the way that they have control over them currently is that there are basic instinct sense that that they react to. So like,
okay. So like certain electromagnetic patterns, they just always react to in this certain way.
well, no, like actual sense, like the scent of a rose is gonna
Oh,
triggers their sexual desires, and they're gonna like start reproducing faster.
wait, smells? Really?
Yes,
It's a weird choice.
They
Why do the Finks keep making things that can potentially get out of hand and destroy them?
Because Finks are fucking arrogant to their core and
yes,
ambitious in all hell.
yes.
Like, have you met a Fink?
Come on,
Never met one I liked.
Horus is a perfect example, man. Come on. So you didn't see anything. You dropped off Bravo team. Bruce, are you gonna? So you're gonna continue following the path.
Yeah, and if I don't see anything in the next city, I'm going to drop Alpha Team there.
So the next city
And
is
say the same thing.
The next city is the capital.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see anything in the capital.
I'm still dropping Alpha Team there. I feel like
Yeah.
it would be metagame if I didn't. And then I'm going to continue on to the next city.
Okay, and then so Alpha Team dropped it. Yeah, and your sonar doesn't pick up anything on the last city that they should be possibly running into.
And there's nothing else in the line.
The North Pole.
Fuck it, I'll head to the North Pole. I'm not going to drop Charlie Team off just yet.
And
That was the
there's-
Rift's original destination, so.
The Rift's original destination was. Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, I was forgot that we were talking about that one. There's nothing there. There's just the normal electromagnetic pool that the poles create themselves, but nothing. Nothing out of balance that should be there.
Then I'm going to go back to the third city.
And
Actually, no, I'm going to go to the capital.
okay,
And disembark and start. I don't know. How do I do this? Gonna head to. Is there like a spaceport or something?
I mean that's where you would have to have landed. Yeah, the spaceport is on the. Oh God. Shoot, I didn't write it down. I had told Horace. Oh God. West side. Yeah. Spaceport's on the west side. of the
Then,
capital.
with Charlie Team with me, I'm going to start inquiring with officials at the spaceport about any sightings of any unusual ships.
All right, you start inquiring some stuff, and you notice that there seems to be military vehicles pulling up to the spaceport. They're saying there's nothing new that hasn't arrived here, that wasn't supposed to, that wasn't planned.
Military vehicles that have the technology I'm familiar with.
Yes. Like Clover, normal army built vehicles are like pulling up. Probably Clover's under the King's command, probably.
Yeah. Then I'm going to just get back on my ships and go. And go collect Bravo and Alpha Team.
Alright, so you get up, you land in the south wilderness of in the plains past the capital, and call Alpha Team to get back over to you. You fly over and you land and pick up Bravo Team without any seeming issues. But as you leave the port where Bravo Team was, two two of the ships that you guys had been working on and editing and adding EMP cannons that were supposed to be shot in space appear behind you.
Ignoring our stealth tech.
They definitely seem to have seen you because your stealth tech had to turn off while you landed and while you like opened the thing to allow Bravo team to get on. So like as you take
Okay.
off, right, your stealth tech's trying to get in, activate. You see these other ones like fly up as if they know your current location.
I am going to tell the pilots to fly low and slow, and then try to, I guess, contact these other ships that are following us.
So you're able to contact them. You're easily able to get into the same radio communication network.
Yeah. What are you doing?
King Kroll commands you to stand down.
Stand down from what?
Stand down. You have been declared a traitor to the kingdom, and it should be brought in for trial.
Oh shit, Horace be having access to my eye.
I'm gonna land out, in an isolated field if I can find one soon enough.
Yeah, you're in a very open area. It's an agricultural based area, so it's not that difficult for you to land in an open field.
Hmm. And on the comms, they say, "Who's the best warrior on your ship?"
He's like, why do you wish to challenge a duel?
Yes.
That's,
Fucking-
why not challenge the king? You know that's how the trials for treason are.
I will when I'm ready.
They land, and this big Clover comes out. He's standing probably like 8 feet tall. You know, he's massively muscular.
Okay.
But he doesn't seem very clever. He definitely just looks big and intimidating in general.
I'm gonna lean into the whole like I'm the dawn of the new type of clover sort of thing. I'm gonna say, I see you're one of the old ones.
But you are just a puny. You still, even with help, still don't seem to be able to get near my height.
Is he holding anything? Any weapons?
Right now, no.
Are you ready to die?
Get out here. Get away from your troops. I do not trust them. You
Yeah, I tell my
full
troops
of
to stand
dishonor.
down.
And then you like step forward to like, because he's away from his troops. Like he's kind of like standing at like a halfway point between your two ships. Your ships
Yeah.
are probably about like 100 meters apart from each other.
Uh-huh.
Well, your two groups of ships, I guess, because they have two ships and you have one. Or no, you have two as well. So you walk out there to meet him. Yeah.
You do know who I am, right? You do know what I've done before this happened to me. And I just sort of like, motion to what I am now.
He just puts his hand out and he goes, "To a fight filled with honor." Like as if he's waiting for a handshake to officially start the duel.
Like, reciprocate.
Then he gets into a crouch and
Who is declaring first in this instance?
I believe he will. Let me just double check.
Cool.
Yeah, he's going to be declaring first.
Cool.
And he crouches down and he definitely just is trying to give you an undercut to your gut. Yes. Boom. Full strength.
Oh, we're like right next to each other. Okay. I
yeah.
see.
Yeah. You guys just did a handshake. Like,
Yeah. Right.
just boom.
Cool. My declaration is to declare that I'm going to get into close combat with him. Like, specify close combat.
Okay.
No, I forget. Is that 1 or 2 extra dice for specification?
It's gonna just be one because the thing you want to your thing you're specifying is only one challenge level, so you
Okay.
can get one dice additional. A challenge
So
level of
that's 14
one. Or
dice
victory
then.
level of one. I mean, whatever.
Can I assist with athletics?
Oh, in this case, no. It's just gonna be pure combat rolls against each other
Okay.
here.
8 wins.
Oh, he's got to roll perfect to not get hurt. Nope.
Cool. So I get into close
So
combat.
you get in real close, real freaking.
I could have
close.
just instant killed him actually if I hadn't specified.
Yep. Well, I mean, you would have lost one dice. 7. No,
Yeah.
7 to 2 is still insta kill. Like even if you lost one full win.
That would have been a hard display of power.
Yeah.
This is declaration.
So you get really close, fight, like you like almost like you've definitely grabbed him and you're lower. So he knows that he can't really do much, so he just tries to like bash your back in with his elbows.
I am just going to go for level 4 injury. I'm specifying that I want to rip his arm off.
All right.
And I'm going to say, as I'm doing this, you're outdated. And can I assist with grapple since I'm trying to pull something off of him in close combat?
Yes, with disadvantage.
Okay. Damn it! How does a roll like that happen?
And that's actually only one success because it would be with disadvantage. So you have
Out of 12
2,
dice.
minus 2 successes to your
All right, so 3 wins.
3, and he got 6. He gets
Damn it.
he gets a major injury to you by striking your back, knocking you like away from him.
I've reduced with injury, or with strength. I mean.
You can reduce 2 of it with 1 of your strength, but you're still gonna have
Okay.
one level 1 injury because it hit
I thought
your
I had
spine.
5 strength.
You do, but with the way this is gonna be set up, like this fight's gonna be not. It should be semi easy for you, but
Yeah.
you're still gonna have a level 1 injury for the next combat phase. As
Yeah.
your strength is.
Does the healing happen on the end of my turn or the beginning of my turn?
The end of like the next turn.
Okay, cool. Then I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I'll,
guess so. He knocked you back a bit, and then he's going in to like try to like jump and like slam you to the ground. So
Okay, so he's
making you
specifying-
prone.
Yeah. Then I am going to leg kick him and specify to trip him as well. Come on.
So you do hit his leg, and he also falls into you, and you both get knocked prone for a second, and you both immediately like pop up because all you guys got 4 in acrobatics. It's not really difficult for you guys to quickly
Yeah.
spring back up, and you guys get ready to fight again, and
Oh, I didn't add my extra die, but doesn't matter anyway because I wouldn't have gotten anything.
he swings, and this time he's swinging to try to break your jaw.
Well, you're acting first.
Yeah.
Just end him.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna do a regular combat roll. I'm just gonna,
Just
throw
try
across
to hurt him
as hard as I
much
can.
as you can.
Yeah. Yeah, instant kill.
So you actually, it's not just a single hit. You hit him so hard he staggers, right, really heavy in the head. He's unable to move at all, unable to defend from your next uppercut as you come in, and you actually hit him in the jaw so much that his neck snaps. And
Wait,
you
can I specify how I want to kill him?
Oh, all right. You can do that if you want. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, do you know why you've lost? You've got no heart. And I pull out his heart.
Oh, all right. I'm down for that. um, can you roll a grapple real quick?
Yes, I can.
I want to have something possibly happen. It's just like a challenge level of 3 to see how strong you grab this guy. Okay.
5.
So as you say that, you pull out his heart, and you're like not like fully controlling your strength. You just squeeze and like burst his heart.
Awesome.
Just burst as he falls down dead. Oh.
And as I do this, I shout out over his soldiers. The time will come when I will fight King Kroll. But that time is not today.
And they definitely seem to back off. They get in their ships and start flying away.
Cool.
Yeah, Caslack, you doing anything else?
No, I was just writing down a note that pad shopping list of evil plans. This time a bit more ambitious than the last one.
Wait, what are you trying? You're just hatching more evil plans, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Though at the moment, I think what I would first do is try to develop some place that I know to for sure be sealed off in secret. Basically, a second testing chamber that has the same linings to stop any communication from passing through it or any like radiation from getting outside of it or anything like that, but in a location that isn't known to others. Would be my first order of business. And I'm thinking about how I do that, and
Are you pulling out your eye?
I would vote for me.
Are you pulling out your eye while you plan this?
Oh no! Well, I don't have to write things down while I plan things.
Well, no, but like if you're gonna go and like build this thing in another location,
Oh, no. At this point,
like while you're trying to build it, they'll be able to like see what you're seeing. I'm just saying. Still.
I know. I would probably send a message to Horace saying that that I suspect the jammer that Solon put on my eye that failed also serves to give him the information from my eye. I think it would be safer if I just removed its transmitting capabilities altogether.
Yeah, you're not getting any response yet. It seems that Horace might be busy.
But
But as you do this, the director, you get a message in your eye that states, "No, allow it. Allow him to see what you're doing for now." And it's signed, the director,
Okay.
comma, the living God.
neat, whatever. I'll make the testing chamber with them knowing. As long as I have a place where else one of the two parties doesn't know what the fuck's going on, that's great.
Uh-huh.
And the deal is, it's probably just gonna be a sealed off, extended section of my already existing testing chamber. So while it's being built, while I'm in there, signals will be cut off.
Yeah, as you're in there, you seem to be like, you're able to, there's a signal still coming in, and like, you're able to get like a staticky black that sometimes appears, as if like someone's trying to control and put something onto your eye, but they're unable to get like actual connection to it.
Okay, well, this is yeah. I just wanted to create something for the I'll express to whoever's watching through the eye. I want a place that can withhold information at least from Solon.
And it states, well, I guess right now you don't really get it. If you're still inside the thing, you don't really get any.
I would note that after
Okay. Yeah, you definitely get a message back and saying, yes, you also exceed my vision. All I'm able to see is a static of silver and black.
All right. I'm not gonna reply to that. Good to know. Great. So does that mean like did I set up a secondary chamber with my testing chamber?
Not like fully set up, but you finished setting up on a secondary field that you're pretty sure like you know how like there used to be messages coming in, like when you enter into that secondary field, like there's nothing, no new messages, no like staticky message trying to come through or anything.
Okay, then I guess I'm going to spending the next period of immediate time trying to make it so that the entrance to the secondary field is hidden.
Yeah.
And there's like no windows or cameras even in the testing chamber itself, probably. Well,
Yeah.
actually, maybe cameras that like are behind panels that open back up whenever the tests are going to be done. But nothing in the secondary chamber.
Yep. So Bruce, where are you guys headed to?
Did Salon give me any way of contacting him before I left?
Not that you, I mean, I guess you, not that you know, but like I guess you ask your team leads, and they're like, oh, he has said he's directly connected into the interface of this ship. Just hit this
Okay.
button. It's like there's a speed dial button pretty much on the radio comm of it.
Yeah. I wanted to give him a recording to broadcast around the world of my challenge.
That's not how things are traditionally done.
Yeah, that's easily sent. He's down for it. He starts playing it everywhere, and it's like it's so bad you can't even turn it off. Like you can like the recording pops up on your holo screens in your ship too, and you're like, oh, dang it. like he couldn't even control it a little bit to make it not there, but he just like actually did every device. Like Kalisek, you see it on like all of the computer and holo screens in the entire research department. You've also noticed that there's been 2 new guys who've taken over as head of the research department of your area.
Yeah. So I mean, no, yeah. Horace and Brusk all have their own men putting in important positions.
2 new
I'm not that drunk.
bosses while you were away.
Yeah, whatever.
I did have plans actually to assassinate members of the governments and replace them with Clovert officials, but it never ended up working out.
No, you got a few minor people, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, you did. You got some very minor people.
Hmm.
You got it a little bit happening in like some of the towns.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, the challenge is going around. I'm gonna assume this challenge is like a 3-minute little video where you're like,
Yeah.
I'm the new form of Clovert. I bring upon the dawn of a new era. You are unable to see and progress the great nations and protect us.
Yeah, I am
Challenging
going
for
to
the position.
specifically mention hidden overlords that have waylaid the Clovert people for far too long. That King Kroll's a lackey to. I'm not going to say specifics. I'm just going to say that that's the case.
Yeah, no, I got you.
So, random note. I forgot what I was gonna say. Shut up. Go on.
Oh, okay.
That's really all the message was, I guess.
Okay. So then, Gaslight, you have other stuff to say? Okay, I guess he's doing stuff. So the message goes out. He pretty much responds in kind, saying, "You only dare challenge me after running away from me. Maybe you are but a henchman for someone else who wishes to take control of the Clovert Nation. But I do not care, for I know you are weaker than me."
We'll see about that.
Huh?
Oh
he's
god,
almost- he's almost
unless he
talking
gets
like a-
enhancements too.
What Gaslight?
I was just saying that the king is almost talking like a sphinx with that arrogance.
Well, that is his disabling characteristic, is his arrogance.
Yeah. I mean, the stat sheet that I have access to, I could easily beat. I don't know if he's getting augmentations though. That's the problem.
So I do have an itinerary of ideas that I want to go for.
Can I just say that, like, just a sec, can I just say that, like, all of this is actually starting to happen, like, a little bit more spread out, like, because you've been flying these whole areas and stuff, and
Yeah.
Cass, like, you've been studying stuff, like, it's been more than, like, a few days, it's been, like, a week. Of
Yeah.
all
Oh,
this
okay.
stuff properly being
That's what I'm
put
worried
into
about.
play.
Man, I should have just ripped out Caslack's eye in my office.
Yeah, maybe. May have been better for both of us, actually. Though that may have meant just more intrusive stuff to keep tabs on everything going on. I doubt we would really be able to keep the director out of all of this. Because I honestly don't believe Solon's a real challenge. In my greater plans, I'm planning on using him as pretty much a distraction.
Yeah, that's the sense I'm getting to. But, yeah.
Solon's not really a real threat.
Honestly, it's not even arrogance at this point. Like, Solon is just stupid.
Yeah, I mean, Caslock's seriously thinking of a way to try to make himself less arrogant, as he's seeing how much damage is done historically. Though he also believes the director
Making yourself
likely-
less arrogant while trying to study the very beings that destroyed your species.
Hey. By being less arrogant, I believe I am better than other sphinxes, which is paradoxically making me more arrogant.
Yeah.
You see,
The irony is great.
anyhow, my current, I do want to work with Brusk because I feel like at this point our interests align. Catholic honestly kind of wants to get the fuck out of this whole mess. So aligning himself with Solon would just be big bad. Aligning himself with the director seems like a dead end, and is not even sure if the director would allow him to achieve his goals. His ultimate goal, of course, being immortality, which is, if what Solon says is true about the director, then he doesn't see the director allowing him to do that. So, can we just in character talk, have like a meeting
With
between Brusk and I?
Yeah, I mean, you can call him up, and yeah, while he's like on his ship, you could definitely just call him.
Then yes, Caslock does that.
All right.
Uh-huh. I pick up.
We should meet about recent events. This time in my office.
What's my guarantee that you're not working for those who would have me killed?
I'm pretty sure all sides in this matter would have you killed at one point or another.
Fair. Okay, what do you propose?
In person.
Yes, where do you propose on meeting?
personal lab. And then he would rattle off the directions to get there in case that Brusk didn't know where it was.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. As a player, I do want to meet, but as a character, like, this is super suspect.
I'm just surprised Castellan's not like.
Director wanted you, he would have you. If Salon wanted you, he wouldn't have had you let you leave. I just want to talk. We're both in a tricky situation at the moment.
Okay.
So the directions have you land really close to the forest that's on fire. You get out of your ship. You wait a few seconds, and like a stairway comes out from the ground down,
Mm-hmm.
and you go down, and then like you get onto one of the really fast transportation things. Like go across the entire planet to the underneath of the castle. You get out. You follow his directions, making sure you make some stops. You probably checking to make sure there's no cameras tracking where you're going. And then you get to his get to outside his office, and Castellex in his office. I guess that's where we'll start this.
All right. I, try and head in.
Oh, good, you're here. Finally get to use the faster way. Arrive on meetings in time. Not get ever helped meet you. Look at this.
I'm gonna hold up a finger and then turn on my communicator and try to contact anyone that I would know outside this room, just to test if it is blocking any signals.
It works. You're not in any of the special areas yet. We're just in the my desk, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
In the office. So you let's say you call Alpha Team because you didn't bring or no, you'd call Charlie Team because Charlie Team's not with you. We'll say you brought Alpha Team. Alpha Team's waiting outside the door. And you're able to contact Charlie Team easily right now.
Okay. Yeah, I just say stand by and then I hang up. And Castellec, I think we should find a place more
Yes,
undisturbed.
Look at this, he says, gesturing to his drone. One of the propellers, or it's kind of dinged from your men when they tried to grab it. Anyhow, I have a place. Follow me. He leads you over to the testing chambers.
Okay. Yeah, I go.
And then once you're inside the first testing chamber, he closes the door, seals it, and then leads you to the back of the chamber where he seems to touch a few places on the wall briefly before leaning against it with his head near it. And then a panel slides back, and behind that is a secondary chamber, much like the first.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna keep following you. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have gotten some sort of weapon as an augmentation that would allow me to open up those little portals.
Oh, that's high energy. You'd have to be carrying a fucking nuke on your back at all times.
Yeah, but it's a one-shot. Think about it. If I open up one side of it in space and I open up the other, next to an opponent.
Yeah, that seriously does make you.
Push them through it. Just gonna lose.
I don't know.
control of
If
themselves.
you're a god, you're a demigod at this point. Then.
Yeah.
Who am I? I'm fucking the runner boy.
I mean,
Well, you have
you honestly, right now, your intelligence level is reaching near godhood of knowledge. Literally, think of Mimir, right? Mimir
Oh yeah,
from Norse mythology. You're getting
Yeah.
close there. You're definitely a demigod of him in intelligence.
yeah. We did break the character sheet scales.
You
Yeah.
are as intelligent as, or you're more intelligent than Salon, right?
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
5
not.
points.
As
I'm not.
intelligent, according to.
Oh, I thought you had
points.
5 points.
Yeah, so does
Yeah,
Salon.
I do.
Oh,
So
okay.
does Long.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the first thing. You must not reveal this. The director has direct access to my office. And I suspect, Kathok says, tapping the thing that was, attached to the side of his head, that Salon generally has access to. This room, he gestures around, prevents any, eavesdropping, let's say, from either side. Now, I'm in a tough situation, because both sides think I'm working directly under them. And I don't like it. I loathe Salon, an arrogant prick. And the director honestly frightens me.
I'm going to look directly into your robot eye and say, seeing as I'm speaking to my people's slave master.
No. We're in when he even can't.
Oh, okay.
Getting
Okay.
signals from the
Never mind,
eye.
I don't say that then. Yeah.
It's one small, sweaty bit of respite. Respite. Where do you stand allegiance-wise with the Cloverts, clearly? But how do you currently think of maneuvering around both sides of this Sphinx power grab?
As intelligent as he believes he is, Salon is merely a puppet.
Ooh.
Or could merely be a puppet to us.
Oh, to us? Ooh, that would take some tough maneuvering. I think him going on his way as things are, he could prove a reasonable distraction for the director. Though the director himself called himself a living god. And I frankly believe him.
If
So-
I could, I would move my people off this wretched rock and blast it into oblivion.
Oh, yes. I'm actually, that's exactly what I was thinking. Good job, yes. Well, if we're managing...
Star!
Hey, I don't mean it like that. It's good we're on the same, frequency. It seems, I have a few ideas of how to manipulate the spiders, to attack the core of this planet. This fucking planet, this ship is made of metal. These arachnids eat metal. What is Salon thinking? Seriously. It cannot go well.
How do your spiders
Sure, it does.
receive commands?
Oh, they have a code. They sniff. It's really, I would have thought it was some kind of electromagnetic waves that they could receive, but no, they can smell.
So it can be overridden
Yes.
by anyone who knows the right sense.
Oh, Salon practically handed me the reins to them.
My point is, these arachnids seem more like an agent of chaos than any particular side's weapon.
Exactly. I have a few ideas of how to bait them towards the core of this planet to distract the director, because I would assume his incentives all come in line with maintaining the integrity of this planet. This could coincide with this planet's drawing closer to those mysterious enemy forces, which could give us reason for both sides to increase our spaceship production and get all of the Cloverts who prove themselves worthy into space, which could maneuver us into a position where we could sow chaos world size as we prepare for a mass exodus of the Clovert race.
I think perhaps you may have missed my point. These arachnids will not belong to you for long.
They don't have to. They're not coming with us. I have a few ideas of strong baiting of them towards the planet's core. It would take a few small drills to leave behind the right set. I guess in this case, there's somewhat more to care about. Interesting. Anyhow, I do believe I can herd them when the time comes towards the planet's core.
The problem is the director may be able to herd them as well.
Yes, yes. Maybe not reflexively so, though. Though he may have already had impressions for them. That is one aspect of the plan. I have some other ideas of creating, let's say, some kind of a virus that would directly attach to them to give me more direct control.
What of your people, by the way? You mentioned a mass exodus of Cloverts, but what are your plans for your people?
A sphinx.
I have.
We're all arrogant, of course. And I, personally, only like a select few of them. Not that much. I'm not necessarily a good person, and I want what I want, and as I see it, Sphinx tomfoolery is what stands between me and my everlasting glory. I just want to get out of it. These games that so often involve stronger players, and no matter how smart the Sphinx would like to think themselves, it all comes down to gambling. I'd rather not gamble, I'd rather get away. I would like to go with the Clovers on this exodus.
And what would you do?
I
What
would go
be
on.
your end game?
I would go on with my projects. As I said, I seek immortality for myself. That's it. And if you would aid me, I am more than willing to spread it around, unlike the director, who seems to be more keeping that close to his chest, let's say. Not that I mean to compare myself to the director. Anyhow, I'm saying that our goals align. I want to get out of this, and so do you.
Yes.
What I just told you was a few things I came up with off the top of my head, but if you have more thorough ideas, I suggest we collaborate more deeply.
When I first apprehended you, I sent out an order to destroy the Sphinx with my artillery.
Yes,
All my weapons were destroyed in the process. All my ammunition was destroyed in the process. Everything that was fired.
yes. We have some cloaking technology near the atmosphere that can hide when we're going to collect new stuns. I suspect some extra defensive measures was built into the same technology.
I think the spiders could prove useful in subduing the director and leaving this planet, but for a more sure method of total destruction, I believe we should try to contact those who initially created the rift.
Yes, that's what I meant. A twofold plan where we have both conflicts being threatened by those foreigners and the spiders or the arachnids turning on us. Both things happening at once should prove a sufficient distraction for the director, for the coverts, and myself to flee.
Whether or not we get a fleet through here from that other realm, if we manage to replicate the technology those people were using, we could just envelop this planet.
That is an idea. Or
Total
use
destruction, nothing left a chance. From what I saw, I tracked the people that came through the rift.
To be honest, I am not all that ruthless. I would rather leave some alive, or most alive, back on this planet. I don't want utter destruction. I don't believe that the arachnids would actually be able to eat out the core, they would stop them. The invading foreign force, I'm not sure about. Either way,
If the director is left alive, my people are forever in danger. I need a surefire way to kill him.
interesting. I'm not like so sure the director cares all that much about Clover.
If that was the case, we could leave right now.
Oh no, as a tool, I suspect. Knowing how sphinxes act, assuming the director is a sphinx, the more I think about it, the less. The more
I'm
I
not saying
doubt
he'll
it.
vindictively destroy us. I'm saying he'll re-enslave us if we leave him
Oh.
alive.
We just need to make it more difficult for you to be re-enslaved than for him to create a new race to slave under him.
I would rather
I
see him
don't-
dead.
Oh, at this point, me too, but I believe that threatening such a creature may end up proving more dangerous than just making it inconvenient for him to pursue us. I just don't think it's worth the risk at this point. If we knew more, maybe. But
If he
I
is
think
on
not.
this planet, and at this point I'm not completely convinced he is, but if he is on this planet, and we destroy the entire planet with a nuke rift, he's not surviving it. No matter how intelligent he is.
I'm not willing to sacrifice the entirety of this planet in this job. It was said that there was other Sphinx that survived the war and escaped in similar planets, but it's not a certainty that any others survived. I may not particularly like my brethren, but I'm not to the point of genocide.
On the verge of it at this point.
That's clear. Though, if I was able to complete this one project first, maybe, I could go with something as drastic as that.
My people were created to bleed and suffer for yours.
I don't think creation matters much. In the
Outside
eyes
of
of the
yourself, I
director,
would see
most
your
of
entire
us
people
were.
dead.
Oh, in the eyes of the director, most of us were created to serve his wills and whims, make him do less work in organizing everything. It's, in origin-wise, the Sphinx have been around long enough that anyone like the director has probably shaped our race utterly and completely. I doubt we're too much more free than you. Why else would I be having to resort to measures like this? He gestures to the cramped room we're both in order to even freely talk like this.
What do you think the chances are that the director is indeed somewhere on or inside this planet?
I think it's very high. But for a matter of thinking, I suspect the director has the full capacity to operate technology from the same era in which we created some, well, the peak of Sphinx civilization. I suspect the director has such technology at their control, meaning even if we were given millions of years now to develop things to face him, I think he could counter it.
Well, it
And,
seems we have some semblance of a goal in mind.
which is good. We have a
The
meeting.
first step, as far as I see it, is for me to continue with my plan to kill King Kroll and assume
Yes,
control
yes.
of all Cloverts.
I see that being relatively simple compared to what is to come. It seems this was a fine first meeting. We may make this. I need to figure out an excuse to make this a regular thing. maybe with continued development of the space um, program to militarize our presence in space, because that is something all sides can agree that we need. We can say that it's meetings or the technology specifications for those things, though I cannot see the director not being suspicious after a time.
Given that there is, I understand you were treated duplicitously by Salon up to recently, but
And the
is there
director
any
had never.
technology that you would be aware of that the Fangs possess that I was not made aware of?
Well, um, at this point, you're aware of extensive ability to create life forms and edit life forms. It's very evident based on the arachnids and the rampant creation of species. Um, I think it would be safe to presume that anything under control, the director is at least 3 times as potent as is generally known to be publicly available.
But there is
Okay.
no particular weapon you are aware of that I am not.
Oh, well, many things could be used as weapons. The core of this ship, this planet, is fueled by a burning sun. That energy could theoretically be used for many different weapons. The sun that orbits this planet itself is another ship. The we do have the cloaking technology is being used to hide the movements of the stars and such, um, as it's placed in the atmosphere.
Did you say the core of this planet is a star?
Oh, it's multiple stars. This planet, the ship moves from solar system to solar system, devouring stars for fuel. That's the reason that personal shield technology, upon that being discovered, the ship shook because at that time we were running low and heading on when we contained the anomaly. That same technology can be used to harvest energy from personal shields, which led to I assume Solon at this point using the technology to refuel the ship and changing directions to head towards the civilization that created the anomaly. Well, what I'm saying is that
As a con- as a
it will.
contingency. Sorry, go on.
No, what did you mean by mentioning that the core of this ship includes suns? Because it's the fact.
Is it the same technology as the personal shield generators in that it is being somehow reduced in size?
I mean, this planet's smaller than a sun. So, yes.
As a contingency, can we agree that if all else fails, we unleash whatever is holding the stars within this planet in line?
Well, theoretically, the arachnids could do that, go do that, but I may be able to prepare other things to ensure that could happen. Interesting. I don't think doing that would kill the director, just so you know. At this point, I discount the possibility of killing the director whatsoever.
Oh, alright.
The being consumed by a star would not kill him, in your opinion.
He wouldn't get consumed. If he has proficient shields, it can block it out. Could probably even move himself away in time. What were you gonna say?
Alright, I was gonna say, it's getting a little late.
Oh, it's
for me.
late.
Yeah, so we're gonna end you guys here. I guess I'm gonna make another text channel private. I'll have to edit that one.
Remember when you said we wouldn't be taking any actions this session?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to go this far. really. I mean, at the same time though, like you guys really didn't exceed any true actions. Like you've just set up for all the physical actions to happen. Know what I mean? Like you flew around and got no direct information.
Well, our characters also get fucked up.
I mean, you made yourself better, but like it's all like this whole thing was still like mainly plans.